Why people call me in the middle of me? In the middle of my, I'm starting the show. Now you want to stop? Pick it all fucking day. Yo, it's the world's most dangerous podcast. You know what it is. 151 CP3 up in here.
Beats by CP3, baby.
Y'all already know we gonna play money combo on that. You know how it is. Money combo sitting here next to Gunman number 2.
Yay. Check out the boys' acting debut.
You know how it is.
You gotta turn your
Money. Money. I love that money.
Lucas.
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. You don't really want to play. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what we're talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. Now I wanna be the one who us really talk about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Money, 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 make you shut your mouth. Never ever talk about it if you never had the clout. You don't know what to say, stay out of my way. Money, 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 make me shut your mouth. Keep paying what you go to boy before I had to make the call. Stay in bounds with your baby boy if you going far. It's a lot of niggas big fat, you don't really can't play. Cause we done got it out the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Screaming, oh my God, money got me pride. They living a lie, look into my eyes, they might seem surprised. I'm aside, we just multiply. We been on the rise. If we got some wings, fuck it, we gon' hit the flag. Money, 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 what you talking about? Day in my life, take me a different route. Use all my cash, use all my flights. You can get it right, what you talking about? Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Won't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play, you don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Really know what you always been talking about. No, be the one who always really talking about. You what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. You never crossing these borders. I'm whipping it up, quartering feet. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. Don't talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm balling, I'm winning, I'm feeling like brothers are ordering. Nigga, I'm scoring. I count in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be boring. I'm so independent, my money be corporate. This shit is scoring. You hate me, and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that scorer. She always gonna pay and let me explore it. Laura, you can go talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go for my all in. If you look talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jumping, take trips, compact, all day, all whites, keep 3 stacks like 100. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, man. And you can never, ever, ever get rid of it. So what you say, and what do you do? If you play the game, then you play by the rules. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Won't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play, you don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Won't really know what you always been talking about. Be the one who always really talking about. You don't really want to play, you don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about.
Money, 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 money. What I'm talking about? We back once again. You know, I know y'all ain't used to seeing me on this side of the board. Where you see me. It's been a while. But you know, shout out to Lady Internet. That she's still recovering.
No doubt, no doubt. Get well soon.
Definitely, we send her our prayers and concerns and a couple of shots for it. And a Jameson that we're going to take because she's not here.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on, CP3? How was your wild week? I know you got some crazy.
Bruh. Wild ain't the word, man. It's just, life is like a crazy roller coaster, man. You got to hold on and just try not to throw up when it get real wild. And, in the car sales game, things is, dealing with some adversity, but, always going to push through and stay positive. So, if you're looking for a new vehicle, used vehicle, holler at me down at Waldorf Honda, 2450 Crane Highway. Carol asked for me, get the deal done. Best cars available. But, we got a good show coming up tomorrow night on Sports on the Hill podcast, covering the Nats, the Caps, the Wizards. And on Thursday night, we got a special, myself and our NCAA and Redskin Washington football team insider. I gotta get back in the mode. We ain't talking football, so I done got back into my old mode. But we'll be breaking down the free agency moves that the team has made and looking at the draft, which is coming up on the 29th of April through the May 1st. They have pick number 19. There's some rumors that they could go for a linebacker, or they could go for an offensive lineman, or they could trade back to pick up some more picks. Who knows? There are also rumors of them trading up to try to get a quarterback, which I haven't been able to confirm or deny, but in my opinion, it's bull. And I'm just going to break it down Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Sports on the Hill podcast, Washington football team pre-draft and off-season special. You know how we do it every year. We bring it to, Washington football team audiences, what helped us kick off Sports on the Hill podcast, and it's one of our most loyal fan bases, so we appreciate y'all tuning in as always, and we're gonna be breaking that down. And always bring you the best DC sports coverage around, because DC sports are the politics. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do.
Definitely. So unfortunately, we have to start another show on the Somber Note because we lost another hip hop. We lost Black Rob yesterday. With kidney failure. You know, people don't understand what's really going on. One of the things is that one of the reasons that Black Rob had disappeared for a little bit because he was battling addiction. As I stated before, addiction is real, and if you missed the show last week, in which I told you about, basically, I had my grandmother was a she was an alcoholic, so I knew how she fought addiction on an everyday basis. She's a drug counselor, but an alcoholic, and she could never conquer her demons. So I know that at one point Black Rob went through a sudden jail, and he was battling his demons and his addiction, and it's a disease that just doesn't stop. I don't want people to get it twisted as Diddy should have did this and Diddy should have did that. Let's just remember the man for his great music. And even in the hospital bed, he was sending prayers out to DMX, and not even thinking about himself when he had heard DMX had passed. So let's remember the man for those type of moments.
Yeah, you were speaking on the addiction and the effects it's had on your life. I also had a relative that was addicted to drugs and did some things, and our lives were changed by the addiction that they had, and now they've overcome it, living a good life and healthy, and we're still in contact, and we've mended those fences. But all the stories don't go that way. They, like we say, the tragic ending of some of these rappers, actors, people that we know.
People that we know. We lost a great friend because of addiction
exactly.
to alcohol.
So it touches everyone, and excuse me, you never know the struggle that folks are going through internally. Us folks that are strong and willful and have a purpose that they feel in this life, you learn to push that stuff to the side when you're out handling your business, and you put that persona on for your friends, colleagues, associates, yada yada yada. But when the doors close and you're by yourself, that's when it all comes out. And unfortunately, that's what happened to our friend, our RIP Black GOP.
Definitely.
So I always say it never hurts to ask someone, is everything good?
And the truth is, he would be one, and GOP is one of those dudes that would get a shirt off his back, but he'd be in so much pain on the inside. But he'd rather be cold than to see you cold.
No doubt.
And it was hard. Honestly, I still get haunted by it.
No bullshit.
And it's not nothing that because it hits so close to home. It's not nothing that and when you see it happen to other people, it's just a reminder of what you lost, how you lost it, and what and how real it is. So we have fun at the bar, we drink, we have fun, but we also want people to be responsible. No matter whether you're drinking, smoking, or whatever, you be responsible. Addiction is real. And we're gonna celebrate some great rappers' lives, and and this try to get on a little happier terms in a little bit. But this is just hard because we lost literally this is the music I grew up to.
No bull, change hip hop.
Before the show we was playing Whoa. And that joint's still a classic.
Yeah, it's still a banger.
Yeah.
You turn it on in the club, some of these young folks will know about it, but you turn it on in a club with, folks our age, and the joint get turned up, man.
Definitely. So then, unfortunately, from one somber note to another note, the young man that was killed by the police.
I didn't get it. I saw some posts about it, but I haven't had a chance to look into it at all.
So basically, in Minneapolis, same place
again.
Actually, George Floyd, sister or somebody relative was this young man's teacher at one point.
I heard something about. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
something.
So basically, what happened is the officer is claiming that she meant to grab her taser and she grabbed her gun.
Again? Hold up. Didn't that just happen like last week?
But yeah, this happened last week, and I think she's being charged with like third degree or something murder.
Oh, that okay. I saw something about a 13-year-old boy in some type of situation. I saw something coming across on social media yesterday. That's what I thought you were
Okay,
talking
now
about.
that one. I saw something, but I didn't get the details
Yeah, I
about that
didn't
one.
either. Yeah,
And,
I thought that's what you were talking about. Yeah, I was
yeah,
talking about that case.
it's as a black man, I understand we're an endangered species, and you know we have a target on our back. And now you know I got as soon as I get the information about the 13-year-old, you know we definitely gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, the body cam footage of the fatality. I'm gonna be nice.
Murder.
Yeah, it kind of throws me off because for one, you're supposed to have your taser on your weak hand side and your firearm on your strong hand side, so you know the difference. Taser is bright yellow or orange, has a different weight than the gun. So when I heard her yelling, because when you're trained with the taser to say taser, 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 I don't know if that was her just trying to cover her ass, or because she was so-called scared of the situation that she was in shock or whatever. And it's a thin line of that, because some of these officers, when they see they're pulling over African American or minority in general, they already, as he said, has a preconceived notion of, oh, they might have a gun, they might do this, they might do that. And they're already on edge and escalating situations and, you know, not handling the situation properly. And unfortunately, most of the minorities, when they get in that situation, it doesn't turn out well for them, because they end up, sometimes people will say, not complying. But once you start going back and forth with them and they already in an agitated state, you're in a no-win situation.
There was a video of the police. I saw it on social media, but it was the police walking to, and I guess the guy was in a hospital bed, and they went to frisk him, and like I guess they found the gun, and then he's clearly on the ground, and they like put the gun down, and they just start opening fire. Like I guess they found the gun.
That shit's sad. That's just straight out murder. And it's hard to put a finger on it. Yeah, I mean, it has to go beyond just being racist when you're at the point where you're willing to kill someone just because that's, you know, the opportunity presents itself. That shit is like, I don't know, I can't even put it into words. It's to me, it's like utterly ridiculous, man. That instead of trying to understand and trying to at least listen to a person, you would rather take their life. And yeah, it's just such a complex issue. But the only way you can resolve it or try to resolve it is by communicating. And unfortunately, most folks aren't willing to do that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was just communication or is it just that really, I think maybe they need psycho evaluation about police officers.
Oh, definitely that. I've been saying that for a while. You know, they're supposed to be policing the community, and some of them don't understand what that means. They think it means, you know, pulling over, you know, folks that look a certain way or drive a certain car. They feel they don't deserve to be in a certain part of town and think they're, you know, doing their job. It's a lot of good officers out there, and I try to post on social media when I see their pages come through and some of the stuff that they do for the community and being true police officers. But most of them is just a job. They don't care about the community. First of all, most of them don't live in the communities they're policing. So they're already a stranger in a community of folks that already don't trust the police. And then they have the mindset of, oh, well, they already don't trust me, so I'm going to be a dickhead anyway because they think I'm a dickhead anyway. So it's like a vicious cycle, and that's why I miss some of the community outreach stuff we used to do back in the day. That's why I'm in the works of trying to set up some community stuff with PG County Police and Charles County Police with At the Bar Radio, and try to get some things that we can put out there to try to make the public more aware and get a better understanding of the transition of what needs to go on and what they're trying to do, along with becoming better police officers and policing the community in the proper way. And the only way we can do that is by talking and communicating, and at least, you know, open up dialogue to try to get some of the frustration and some of your feelings and thoughts out there so they can understand where you're coming from if they don't understand. You can't fault somebody for not understanding it if you don't try to explain to them what the situation
I
is.
think one of the biggest hypocrisies to me though is the blue wall of silence. Like you actively tell people to snitch on your homies, but you
Yeah, I speak about that a lot. Like I've said on the show many times, my mom was a civilian and worked for the police department for over 15 years. So I've had run-ins with the law. I've had dinner with the law. So it's a tricky situation because of that blue wall. If somebody says something about a cop that was doing something, you know, harassing or profiling or beating or murdering a minority for, you know, no reason at all, and the word is going to get out that the cop that, you know, said it, and then that cop is out on the beat, he's in a tough situation, he's calling for backup or looking for assistance, and because of that blue wall, they don't get that assistance. So by them speaking up, in turn, they are risking their lives also in a way because of their job. Once they, you know, blow that whistle, and you know, the word is supposed to be kept secret, but you know, this leaks all in the police department, so it's going to come out. Then his fear is that when he's out doing his job and he's in a situation where he needs help, no one's going to come for him because they know that he's the one that, you know, so-called snitched on their co-worker. And even though they know he did something wrong, but because of that blue wall, it's about loyalty and brotherhood and all of that crap. The same thing they say about gangs on the street. That's why I say the cops are the biggest gang in America. It is what it is.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm not saying that in a, you know, well, kind of in a negative way, because the bad ones are the ones that's being
It's not
highlighted.
negative if it's real.
Exactly. So, I mean, they definitely have to go through and start doing psychiatric evaluations on some of these guys, especially when they've had repeat situations put in their file about harassment or excessive force or unfair treatment. You can't just put something in somebody's file that's supposed to be out here taking care of the whole community, and they have a racial bias against one, you know, set of members of society. How is that supposed to work? He sees somebody in a gunfight or see somebody getting beat up, oh, they're black, I don't know, no need to go over there, that's what they deserve. But you see a white person getting beat up, oh, I'm gonna go do my job now. It's fucked up is what it is. I just can't know another word to explain it to me.
Yeah, definitely. On some good news, yesterday I did a pop-up show with Eric Kuza. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there. I saw some of those
Yeah,
great photos.
it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, Eric Cruz always putting out some nice apparel, you know, rocking the Sports OTHP. Got their, you know, I have my own logo, but, you know, we linked up. Got a nice little design with them also, so stay tuned. Got some things in the works. It's been real busy doing other stuff, so stay tuned. We'll have some more apparel coming out shortly.
Yeah, I'm rocking the new Eric Kuza gear. This little short sleeve hoodie joint. Feel really good in this joint. Oh, Eric Kuza always makes good gear.
Top quality products.
Top quality products. And you know, it's I like it. And then also I like partnering with like these local, like Hugo Boss is they don't know you. I don't know the owner of Hugo Boss. I don't know the owner of Gucci or Versace, but I do know the owners of Eric Kuza. So I must spend my money with them because their product is good. We have to get in. I got on my soapbox on this one. Support these, you know, black businesses. Support these people like the same way you support Gucci and all these other people. You know,
I never understood those prices anyway. How you pay that much for, you know, I just can't see it. My boy said he paid like $800 for a pair of shoes before. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's not wrong with high B fashion, but at the same time too, there's a lot of black designers that you can be supported. Like, support these other people, because the thing about it is though, y'all don't go to Gucci and be like and haggle them over prices. If they tell you the belt is $300, you buy the belt for $300.
Oh, bullshit.
If we tell you an outfit, pants and shirt is $125, then you like, oh man, I can't get that joint for 80 or for 100. Like, it's always something crazy.
No bullshit, man.
It's always something crazy. And and the thing is, if y'all have one bad experience with, this is the truth, y'all have one bad experience with one designer, it's all black designers. Y'all have one bad experience with Gucci, y'all gonna go back there to show out. I'm gonna show these motherfuckers I can afford this. A bad experience with a black designer. Oh, I ain't never getting another many black person. They leave my money to the white people, and they will say this.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it.
But when you have an experience with a bad experience with a white person at the Gucci outlet or the Gucci store or whatever, I'm gonna show them I can afford this. Newsflash, they don't care. Money is green.
It's a commission no matter what.
Yeah. So you just made this person rich.
I don't know, man. Folks, different strokes for different folks, man. I don't judge nobody. I handle my situations the way I handle them. You, as long as it ain't nothing that's illegal, do what you do, man. Just use your brain. That's all I can say. And the folks that don't have one, I don't know what to tell you.
So real quick, I'm about to play some videos. OCA Stacks is having a day party May 15th at the Hashtag Lounge. It's a day party. That means it's on the day, y'all. Salute to him, and matter of fact, we about to play his latest video.
All right, no doubt.
It's a day party. That means it's on the day, y'all. Salute to him, and matter of fact, we about to.
I put people on, understand? Streets happy. Everybody can eat.
Yo, salute to OCA Stacks, man. Like, real talk. He's not, he's a brand, not just an artist. Like, he got a store everywhere. No, let's get it. He's not, he's a brand, not just an artist.
Nigga, what it do? Weird ass nigga, bro, you know that I don't fuck with you. Keep that fake love, it ain't no point in even coming through. Got him in that laser, say, hope he don't think he bulletproof. Look me in my eyes when I'm talking, young and got the truth. If they eat the green, I need some Henny and a brother too. If this shit look good, but only God knows what I'm going through. I got cut off notice and cut the records on the through. Big mama's on my ass, they say my daughter's speaking the truth. I just sent a couple dollars so that she can pick and choose. Never had no shit to prove, just a lot of shit to lose. Swear to God, a nigga try me, it's gonna make the work, you know. I done it's a burden with this server like it's 92. We don't let me live this thing, cause I keep breaking all the rules. In a society, but they treat me like I'm psycho too. Smoking cookies now, I'm stuck on this gorilla glue. My niggas getting out, but that just mean they getting rid of you. Mentally, emotionally, my bitches getting physical. They told me I got it, how I kill these niggas lyrical. God, he let me got May 29, this shit a miracle. God, he let me die May 29, this shit a miracle. I'm back. Smoking cookies now, I'm stuck on this gorilla glue. They told me I got it, how I kill these niggas lyrical. God, he let me die May 29, this shit a miracle. Crime, you ain't doing time. A lot of niggas spend time and they gon' drop it down. They write a statement, then they criticize it. Protect the country where they put him when he's going south. They only want to see it shine, not you up your grind. Really witness these situations one too many times. Let it be known, niggas know that it ain't hard to find. Don't type my name in Google search, you think a nigga lying. And if I see it and I want it, then that nigga grind. Cause I can't wait to tell my children to go fucking shine. Before he's training, I'ma spank him with his 59. Can't wait to bow for the land so I can call it mine. God ain't let me die, make 29, this shit a miracle, I'm blessed. Smoking cookies, now I'm stuck on this little really through the blast. They told me I got it, how I feel these niggas lyrical. Smoking cookies, now I'm stuck. God ain't let me die, make 29, this shit a miracle, I'm blessed. They told me I got it, how I kill these niggas lyrical. God ain't let me die, make 29, this shit a miracle.
Yo, this Lana DeVille out of Chicago. This joint called Dead.
Think DJ Chose over there? Look like DJ Chose.
No, I'm sorry, Trey.
What's up? Alright. Think DJ Chose over there? Look like DJ Chose.
No, I'm sorry, Trey.
Make you want to throw some ones, baby.
Yeah, if you make one, throw some wine. I'm about to blow my wallet right now. I'm about to turn this song off.
Broke ass nigga can't come me. You getting money, what's spend that? I don't want some $40. I don't want no other boo. Bag on it, that's what I think. And the baby mama, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. Fuck a bitch, pay mine. Broke boy, he I ain't going for dinner in a movie. Meet me at the store. Next door, cause I'm always working. If you wanna know, I'm working.
As long as you don't lick it, got this nigga tricking, but he ain't no magician. That boyfriend so damn good, I should pay him some tuition. And you know he ain't my ass too. Pussy ball, got you. Tell a chick on the booty from the soul food. Put my nigga in the car when I'm in the mood. I'ma give his ass a quick like he in the loop. Just this can't fall in your face. Eat it up like anime. Pussy wet just like a bay. Now your nigga call me babe. You better cut the chick if she put this. I'ma fuck her like I love her. Just tell her that we just started. Hold on, dick, I really won't end. Said it before, I said it shit again. Got the face shit, baby, I'm a fit. All over nigga, let's work for the beat.
DJ Chose over there? Look like DJ Chose. Ain't that DJ Chose over there? Look like DJ Chose.
Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, your boy Lil Deal. Everybody trying
You know, we just can't just play videos from the shit. We got to play it.
That's what we do, baby. We worldwide.
Feature Hills, Feature Hills. Mixtape coming soon.
Well, last song, though, I'm about to go to the strip club tonight.
Take a little preview.
Stay up until midnight, baby.
Mixtape coming soon.
It's like tea, coffee, make any like tea, coffee, that try to cross me out, that try to cross it all, tea, coffee, that try to cross me out, I'm still making it all, it's like tea, coffee, that try to cross me out, gotta make it all, it's like tea, coffee. I'm still making it all. fall. We got the pack like we keep dope and thinking we got it doing it. Every time they make a move, I make it fall. What about that? I'ma let you run say with the same thing on my future. With your boy with a money. Say ain't that nigga ain't talking about shit. Jump on him, I ain't even got a copy. The moon, cause you know niggas I'm a lawyer with some meantime. Like rap me, I'm a pop. Niggas came with me. No money in the tank like the wind. Brand new pen. Chewing up lean, nigga, chewing up hills. Like tea, coffee, make any home. It's like tea, coffee, they try to drop me out, but I'm still making it all, make it all. It's like tea, coffee, they try to drop me out, but I'm making it all,
About to go in the corner and trap a nigga. It's a whole definition of tic-tac-toe right there.
Hey, X marks the spot, baby, where it all goes down.
You saw them guns, you started having flashbacks. You might have that.
Oh man, I miss some of my old guns.
Told you. I told you. He really be living that gunman. Yo, Lady Antoinette, you listening? He really be living that gunman number 2. Like I'm saying, you just saw a video. He started having flashbacks to guns he used to hold.
I did have some nice joints before, man. Now I'm on illegal, so I told you I'm different now.
You okay? Salute the. We got to redo our interview with Honey Satchel. Salute to Honey Satchel, Rap Beat Magazine. She's getting her podcast together. I think she just shot a video today. And then I think she's probably doing her normal interviews stuff around like either 7 or 8 o'clock. But definitely salute to her. One thing is though, we are not in no competition. We are in our own lane. We do what we do. We want to promote everybody. We want everybody to win. You know, that's what makes us different. You know, and we're always gonna talk about GOP because that's my dog. But the one thing is that you know. When I first started at the bar, me and GOP was doing the show, True Radio, and then when I branched off and did my own at the bar, we always supported each other. You know, he show up on at the bar, I show up on True Radio afterwards. Like, and we was in different, you know, different sites still just showing up on each other's shows because it was always support. You know, and that's how we, you know, we kind of do it.
It's about networking. It's about business. It's about hitting different markets with the product. And, you know, folks get feelings and emotions caught up in situations that don't even need that. So, you know, I found it funny, you know, those situations and a couple of situations that I was in, you know, with folks feeling a certain way about certain things. I mean, I can't do nothing about that. All I can do about control is what I do and stay in my lane and continue doing what I'm doing. And that's what we always going to do, man. So we got partnerships with different associates and affiliates branched off all over. So it's nothing personal. It's all business, baby. We all have an agenda. We trying to get paid. We trying to do what we love and entertain folks. That's why we here.
So me and CP3 was having a personal conversation the other day.
Which one?
And we was talking about how females love it when you're toxic, but when you're a good dude, they don't love you just.
Sad truth, man. Sad truth, man.
When I was a toxic dude, no, let me rephrase that. When I was a toxic nigga,
no doubt,
and I did niggerish things,
mad niggers,
females tend to love me more than when I became, you know what, I'd rather buy you dinner than, you know, before I, you know, before it was like, you know, McDonald's and McFlurry in your knees, like. That was my idea of a date versus, you know, as you got older, went out to eat and stuff like that, and you learn how to really treat a woman. And it just seems like when I was very toxic, more females were attracted to me when I was very toxic.
Boy, some of the stories I can tell when I wasn't shit. I mean, I don't understand it that I was having this conversation with a young lady that's in a situationship, and she was like, you know, sometimes I love him, he's great, no problem, but then there are certain times where I feel like he's doing something he shouldn't be doing, and I have to remind him of that. I'm like, do you feel like you should have to remind your partner who you're supposed to be with that they're with you? Is that part of the relationship now?
But that's the thing. So here's the crazy thing. I had a female several years ago, and she was married, and she was just got estranged from her husband because they were in a toxic relationship. And you know, we dated before she got married, so we were in that talking phase, filling each other out, see if we could rekindle some stuff. And she still went back to her husband. We dated before she got married, so we were in that talking phase. Who at the time was like really doing toxic shit to her. And it just seems at times females tend to gravitate towards toxic male. Who at the time was like really
honestly,
or better yet, at times females tend to gravitate. When I was younger, I gravitated.
Oh,
that's some female don't want me to tell you the truth. So, as I was younger, I gravitated towards toxic females. Like, at the time, there was a point in my life, I thought, arguments and good sex was like all I needed. Because both of them was a rush.
Yeah, I was always, I wasn't the top, well, not gonna say it. When those situations arise with the arguing and stuff, I was always the one to try to stay chill because I know my temper. Once I get heated, I get heated. So I started to try to stay, chill. And then that's when I realized that that's their cry for dick or whatever, is when they start arguments and dumb arguments for no reason. They basically just want some dick instead of asking for dick. They'd rather go through the whole argument because that so-called makes it better, which in some cases it does. You get that angry.
So now, do you prefer angry sex or regular sex? So now,
I wouldn't say prefer,
nigga,
but you need it every now and again. You
do
need
you
that angry
prefer?
sex.
Do you prefer the angry sex or the regular sex?
I guess I would say I prefer the angry sex.
You a toxic nigga.
No, I'm just saying that, but you don't necessarily have to be in the argument to have the angry sex. Sometimes she just wants you to just tear it up and do that. You just gotta
that's
know.
aggressive sex. I said angry sex. Angry.
I did have a couple of angry sex sessions before. It was kind of wild.
Oh my God, CP3,
I gotta think about this.
nigga, you know you like the angry sex.
The angry sex is off the hook, man.
Angry sex is off the hook because you be trying to fuck till you like kill the child.
Yeah,
you be trying to really break her back and everything.
You're right.
But then it's that that toxic relationship, like toxic. Angry sex is another form of.
I'm trying to think. I haven't had that angry sex in a while since I've been a stand-up dude. You know what? That might be what the problem is.
You need to go back and have.
I need to go back and have angry sex. I think that might be what the problem is.
You need to find a girl named LaQuisha. You need a girl named. You need an Isha, LaQuisha, Sharkeisha.
I've never had an Isha. I've
That's
never
why.
had. Yeah,
You
I've
need
never
an
had. I've never had.
You need an Isha in your life.
I had a Alicia, but never.
Yes, you need one of those dudes. Yeah, you need an Isha in your life. Some angry Isha sex. Any girl that got like 6 syllables in her name and angry sex, you toxic nigga. Angry Isha sex.
Oh man, I had some hood sex, but I haven't had a lot of angry sex.
What's hood sex?
Is when your chick live in the hood and you gotta knock it off and get the fuck out of there before the nigga start shooting.
Oh, okay.
But you want to run over there and still get that nut off.
Would you hook that joint? Would you still hit a joint if you knew the chick had mice in the house? Or have you hit a joint when you saw a mouse running around?
I had when I was hitting it. I saw one. I got my nut and got the fuck out of it.
But you didn't stop.
No, for what? He was doing his thing. I was doing mine. For what? He was trying to go get his cheese. I was trying to get my cheese. Shit.
Where's the most awkward place you've ever had sex?
Awkward. Indoors or outdoors?
Either way.
Uh,
Where's the most awkward place you've ever had sex?
I went over to this chick house and her kid was supposed to be asleep.
You was watching.
Nah, we was in the living room getting it in. I'm sitting in the chair. She started, sucking me off. This little nigga come out and just stand there. I didn't know what to do. So I just tapped her on the shoulder. It was like,
Wait a minute, how long did you wait?
I don't remember. It was getting kind of good too. That's
You always wait like 5 minutes before you tapped it.
Nah, it wasn't that long.
2 minutes.
I looked at him and said, "Don't kiss your mama in the morning." It was probably about maybe like 15, 20 seconds. And I had my eyes closed, enjoying what was going on. And I just looked over and little dude was just standing there.
Did you think about just closing your eyes back again?
I wasn't that cold, man. It took me a minute to get that nut on.
I think the worst place I've had sex was on the playground. Did you think about just closing your eyes? That was ABC.
Yeah, that joint. Yeah, I tried that once.
Hitting on the slide.
We was on the merry-go-round.
I don't know how you do that.
Exactly. That's what I was. I don't know what the fuck we was thinking about that shit.
I ain't going in circles.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially I ain't gonna be with it.
You know, alcohol was involved, of course.
Hold on, you want to go in circles with alcohol?
Man, I think we was she had a park behind her house. We was outside chilling, drinking, and
So she had an apartment.
Yeah, she just liked being outside, the thrill of almost getting caught, that whole thing.
And you obliged.
You
have a gun on you?
Nah, it was right behind the
You
joint.
had your gun on you?
Nah, it was in the car. It wasn't on me. That's when I used to ride with my joint all the time. But that was a different life.
Riding Dirty was your favorite song, huh?
Yeah, you're right. I was out. I was playing that joint last night after I go home from work. I was listening to UGK and A-Ball MJG. Had a whole concert in the backyard. I was killing it with my new speaker.
But it do seem like, and it's not just female, because sometimes as a man we get attracted to a toxic, sometimes toxic females be.
I don't.
Sex with a toxic female versus a nice girl is something totally different.
It's the sex is what hooks the niggas.
Because the sex is always angry.
It's always
like
crazy.
she done cuss you out, you be trying to make her where she can't walk.
Pretty much.
And that usually be her goal, so it's not just females, because men tend to. I ain't gonna lie. As much as I hate them, I love toxic females because I've had the longest relationships because we just argue and go back and forth and shit.
See, I've been lucky. I haven't had many. Most of the time, if it was a toxic relationship, it's because in some aspect I made it that way because of a situation or a miscommunication, because that's when I didn't know how to communicate. So I would take shit the wrong way, and then me, once I get a point in my head, and ain't no stopping what the fuck I'm going to do to prove my point.
Yeah.
Even if I was wrong, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get my point across.
That's some mean shit.
That's how I used to be, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm a changed man. I take other people's feelings into account. I might still not give a fuck about them, but I take them into account. So that means something. Shit.
When did you change? Last week?
Nah, man. Since I haven't been able to get into it on social media, I feel like I've been very repressed. That's why when I was, messing around on social media early this week, I had a little fun, But you gotta have that outlet. Sometimes you just gotta be an asshole, man. That's what I try to tell folks. But you gotta know when to be an asshole and what degree to be an asshole. It's a thin line. You can cross it and fuck everything up. Yeah, I try to explain it. That's how I'll be in the, one of the kings of assholeness. You gotta know how to handle that shit.
Yeah, it just hurt people's feelings. No,
sometimes you got to, but only when necessary.
Yeah.
Now that's the way I think. Before I didn't give a fuck. I would hurt your feelings just because I didn't give a fuck.
I'm gonna say it like this: if you happen to make me go Super Saiyan, all bets off. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I tell people that all the time. I talk about your dead grandmama, your dead kitten when you were 2.
I'm gonna say some things that gonna make you question your religion. Why am I being punished?
You're gonna be ready to fight, and then that's the wrong move.
I'm gonna say some things that gonna make you question your religion.
I fight dirty. I do security. I will tase your ass and call it a day. Oh man, I miss security days, man.
You miss security days because you miss tasing people.
Because when folks are drunk, they do funny shit, and then when you try to de-escalate, I was always the de-escalate. I tried to always de-escalate. All my other buddies was ready to knock niggas out, and when I ended up getting into something, it was like, yeah, he tried, but you know, wasn't no save.
True indeed.
It's sick, man. It's sick. I remember back to a GOP story.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, when I was doing security down in Waldorf.
Go ahead and tell the story.
Yeah, I was doing security for a go-go band down in Waldorf. And down there, club supposed to be empty by 2. So normally I shut it down at 1:45. This certain go-go band was supposedly, you know, doing the PA tape. And I told them politely, you know, it's 1:45, time to cut the show. They gonna look at me and talking about we recording, you know, normally they let us stay till 2. I'm like, well, normally that dude ain't here. So let's get ready to shut it down. They decided to play for another like 5 minutes. So I go pull the plug on the board. I don't give a damn. I'm trying to do my job. So I'm getting everybody out of the club. The lead dude with his little entourage start talking shit. I go over to him like, man, dude, I'm just doing my job, man. Well, I don't know who you think you is, you know, shutting down our show, doing that, man. The other dude that normally be here, let us play till 2. I'm like, well, I'm not him. And he just start keep going. I just tell him, look, dude, all you know about me is security. I can go to your website, know where you play at every night. Think about that before you start jumping out there. And they had this big 6'5" lesbian chick that does their security. So then she steps up to me, like, you ain't gonna talk to my man like that. So then he get bald, so then he get up. I see another dude get up. So I'm standing there. My backup is at the front door. Didn't make one move. So I'm looking at him like, you bitch. you ain't got my back for real. So I already got my taser on me. I'm in my mind like Denzel Washington shit. I'm gonna chop this nigga in the throat. I'm gonna tase this motherfucker. I'm gonna hit this nigga with a baton. And then somebody else say something. I hear the voice just say, man, step off. At that moment, Gio, it's 3:00 in the morning on a Saturday night. Guess who calls me? GOP. And he talks me off the ledge.
Yo, the funny thing is, so let me tell you last time I was in Atlanta. So last time they put me at the door because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, that's what used to put me at the door too.
So we in Atlanta doing AC3 weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we got people coming in. So special guests and everything. So my man tells me, okay, this person gets in. So I let him in. So then her entourage was like, well, we come in, I'm the record label, I don't pay. I was like, well, your name ain't on here. So either you gonna run me the money or not. So they surrounded me. I was like, well, your name ain't on here. They literally surrounded me. His group surrounded me.
I've had that happen.
And I looked at him, I was like, and you still got to pay. They literally surrounded me. His group
That's funny. I had the same situation.
I was like, well, then you need to wait out. Yo, I told him like this. If you don't want to pay, if you want to see if she's going to perform, then you need to wait outside. Why are these niggas just surrounding me, though? Why are these niggas just surrounding me? I was like, yo. So one dude that we was with stepped up and was like, is the problem? He was like, nah. I was like, well, nah. If y'all ain't got the money, if you don't want to pay. He's like, well, if she don't perform, do I get a refund? I was like, no, nigga. If y'all decide y'all don't want her to perform after you pay me, no, I'm not giving you a refund.
Yeah,
so either you can go outside or you can pay me, but you can't stay in here and not pay me.
No bullshit. It's crazy you gotta explain that shit to people.
So, you know, they was in the gym. So, let me play a video real quick. Yeah, we gotta play Sunshine here.
No doubt.
And royalty. Yo, shout out to Alexis Palam, my manager, for setting this up. It was a dope interview, and we're gonna do some good things with him. They about to shoot a new video. He's shooting another video with somebody else in another week or two. So as soon as they shoot that video and I find them, I'm gonna put it on here.
That's a bet. That's a bet. They
about to shoot a new video. He's shooting another video with somebody else Yo, this is the new Sunshine Anderson and Royalty joint. Level up. CP3 be in his feelings about stuff like this. Sunshine Anderson writes songs about shit that CP3 has caused.
Oh
It's in
man,
my pad.
where you at, man? Hurry up, man. We need you to level up, man. Hey, you brought out them there. We're going to my car, sunshine. Yeah, man. Sunshine, make them level up.
No, you heard it all before, I ain't with it no more. Get it, think knocking down your door. Ain't getting yours. The thing coming close, we didn't ignore. Just remember, comes new devil. It'll tell you to the true rebel. Yeah, better get clever with the people live, and you can think of with the sun of shine. Get it? Now I'm not in your bag, they talking her now. Never level up and getting her twice. Let Bobby take the letters now. Better be ready, they don't know that levels again.
But if it means dealing with a lot of red tape, I could just to keep it moving. You can say my name just because the day is bad. But if it means dealing with a lot of you, I could just to keep up every time you touch me. Now I know that every day won't be perfect, and I know some of my nerves are gonna work it. It's only for me, but vice versa. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it. Be the first to I think of your but if you get me too, I am sure that we
Before I'm involved. That's what I know you're from there.
Really? You just gonna look at your phone while I'm trying to talk to you? That's the shit I've been talking about, right? You always scrolling up and down on Instagram. You always with your friends. You never at home. Always playing the game when you are home. Yeah, but I got something for all that. See, because you got me fucked up.
Yo, this the scene right here that makes CP3 cringe because you do this shit to all the baby mamas.
I am sure that we can live by
CP3. Wipe the tears out, child. I know that one thing about the car, you always playing the game and all you have to say was you always playing the game and watching sports.
Bro, you don't know
Nigga,
how
you'd have been in tears.
you don't know how many times I used to hear that shit.
That's because you a dirty dude, man.
Man, I wasn't a dirty dude. I was just a dude that was set in my ways back then. Now I told you I'm a changed man now, man. You're gonna stop bringing up my past, man.
It was last week.
Man, that was still the past, man. Just sometimes the old leaf is under the new one. Sometimes you gotta flip it over a couple of times, dog.
Nigga, this is not photosynthesis.
It's all science, baby. I can break it down scientifically.
Anyway, we got our guests in the house. Warfare J up in his piece. Yo, I've been watching this young man grow. So we got our guests in the house. It's always funny because I always like because people don't remember how stories like these. I remember how Yo, I've been watching. We was at C Pleasant Day.
Okay.
And the problem when you do these certain shows is we make a list of the order how people are supposed to perform. And This is why DMV artists suck at it. So we make the list, and then we're calling people. This is why DMV artists. But it's two different stages. So we're on the B stage. So we're calling people, and then we're calling people, and niggas being niggas.
I was smoking.
Stop disappearing. You don't see them. So it forced Warfare J to go first. Go on before he, at the time we originally set him. And I remember because I talked to him and he was like, oh, I wanted to wait. He was waiting for his cameraman and his partner. I was like, well, no, I need you right now because I really didn't have any other acts. After, like, we called like 2 people. And these clowns, you got to take stuff seriously. Like, and you know this too, to be CP3. There are times we set an interview and we tell you to come at 7 o'clock, not 7:15, not 7:30, not 8 o'clock. And dudes will come in at what time?
Time where they not getting no fucking airtime.
Yeah, they come in, they wonder why they get a 15-minute interview because you can't show up on time. Like, Warfare J let me know when he was on his way. He let me know when he was here. He communicated everything. And that's how you're supposed to do business.
Nothing personal. It's just about handling your business and covering your ass. If you're going to be late, let a person know you're late. But don't be late because opportunity ain't going to wait for you.
Exactly.
When it comes, you got to be ready. When, you got to kick that door in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do.
CP3, you seen when I was on Tree Radio. You know what used to happen. You show up late, you get a 10-second interview.
No bullshit.
Hi, what's your name? Oh, we in mixtape coming out? All right, you gone.
Yeah. Plenty of folks and got short interviews, thought they was going to be on for 20, 30 minutes. Nigga, you got here late. You lucky we put you on anyway. Yeah. You're going to be a man of our word. We're going to give you an interview, but it's not going to be an interview you think you did.
I did one interview with Nick Haynes, sent me his music. I was like, yo, email me your music. And this dude bought it on the flash drive. I told him in the place, I was like, we would be able to play this. Actually, GOP told him. He said, I really want to hear your music, but unfortunately, 151 is not going to play it because you have it on the flash drive, and he probably told you to email it. Mm-hmm. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay. Now that we know. So next time, and the thing about it was a dude who complained about at the end of the show is why his artist didn't win. And now I know why your artist didn't win because y'all are not fucking serious.
Not prepared. Like you say, reading is fundamental.
Riff. See, when you're young, you don't know what riff is. It used to be this commercial, and they be like riff. And it's like reading is fundamental. And a lot of y'all niggas can't read. All right, what's going on, Warfare J? What's up with you?
Working on this new album with SGMD Judge. So we've been working on that for 2 years now. So it's about finished. So by the end of May, it should be done. But if not in May, June for sure. But I'm pushing for May. So it's done though. We just getting the album work done. And I mean, not the album, the artwork, sorry. But everything's mostly finished. I mixed it and mastered it all myself.
Okay. So the one thing I say this about Jay. So when he comes, when I come with Renegade through these shows and stuff like that, I usually take pictures and stuff like that. So he does have a person that does take pictures for him, and he does mix his own music and stuff like that. So he's 90% ahead of a lot of niggas in the DMV because some of y'all niggas are still using YouTube beats, and then y'all complain why y'all shit don't sound right. And he does have videos out and his music on Spotify, and they have done good numbers. So he knows a lot ahead of the game. Actually, he knows Black Ghost too.
Oh, okay.
So we all come from the same. We come from the same collective because there's only certain people I deal with like that.
No doubt.
And even when we was in Miami, he was like, "Yo, the project's almost finished. I want to come on the show." But one thing he did, he didn't be like, "Yo, you my man. I just want to come on the show." He was like, "Yo, the project's almost done, so let's get on it. I'm ready now."
About business.
Definitely. So tell everybody about you, and then I want to get into how'd you get your name and stuff like that.
You want me to start with that first? How I got my name?
Let's go.
Alright, so we was in class, and at first people don't know this, but some people probably do. My first rap name was Young Killer Lee, 23.
That's a long ass name.
But it was easy to rhyme with. Young Killer Lee 23. It was easy to rhyme with.
I got you.
Yep, my middle name is Lee, and Young Killer is always killing the beat basically. But I got my rap name by we was in school and I was always good at Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. By that time, Modern Warfare 2 was out. And I swear by that time I was the best at Modern Warfare 2. And if you remember, it was this gun called the UMP-45. But anyway, I got the name Warfare, so I took Warfare and then J and then Warfare J. My name Jesse, so Warfare J. That's where I got the Warfare from.
Okay. All right, cool. How long have you been doing this?
I think it's been about like 10 years now, if I'm not mistaken. 10 years.
You know the funny thing is I can put them on the long name thing because my original rap, not my original, one of my rap names, like everybody says 151 or 151, but my actual rap name when I was rapping in the game was actually 151 The Apocalypse. That's just longer than my government. But I never say it, but you know, it was like, but that was my whole name.
Yeah.
I never said that shit because it was wrong. Either it'd be 151 or I'd say The Apocalypse, you know.
Yeah.
I would break it apart, but that was like my whole name. I was like, yeah, that's a lot of syllables.
Yeah. How the fuck I'm gonna fit that in 16?
Nigga, that is 16. CP3, you got a question, dog?
As I always tell most of our guests to come on, I don't really follow independent music a lot. I'm an old school hip hop head. I really don't listen to much beyond 2005. So when I do, you know, I get most of my independent music exposure on this show. So I always ask the artists, you know, always, what inspired you to get into the game and to think that you could stand out and get your voice heard in the game? And what inspired you to take this 10-year journey you're on right now?
Well, what inspired me was, you know, when I was growing up, my dad he was in the go-go. He actually played for EU.
Oh, okay.
You know, Sugar Bear and them.
All right.
But me personally, I don't really like go-go. I don't listen to it. It's kind of dumb to me, but
wow.
I know people hate me for that. But
wow,
like
hold up, we need a pause for a moment. I'm sorry. I'm an old BYB NEG junkyard lover myself. Hold on, I gotta.
So I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. I feel what he's saying.
But you from New York, so I understand it. But this is homegrown here.
But
wow.
But here's the thing though, when at a particular time in life, not all go-go people do this, but there's a lot of go-go people that do. So there's a lot of go-go people that shit on hip hop. So you be talking hip hop stuff, and then they look at you like you speaking a foreign language. When go-go really is nothing more than just a cousin of hip hop.
I can agree with that.
So,
those pure go-go heads, yeah, I never.
But the thing is, if I give your music a chance to, and then here's the thing, as an artist, I'm trying to do my thing, and then you be like, oh well, go-go makes your song better, but I don't listen to go-go, so automatically you just shitted on me. So my attitude is gonna be like, yo, I go with NWA, fuck everything else. But I understand why he feels that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I just, I'm an old school go-go head, so you know. Yeah. My little brother played for the What Band, 808. So yeah.
You got in his feelings, dog.
Yeah, man. I was like, wow. I was like, he threw a dagger in the first question. Yeah.
First you had him, though. My father played for you.
I was like, all right, bet.
He's like, but I don't fuck with go-go.
I was like,
he was like, no. You broke this nigga hard live on that air.
We was so good. We was off to a great start. Then it just said, I was like, oh. It's all good, man. Different strokes for different folks.
Oh, Sugar Bag, listen.
Real talk though, Sugar Bear actually was a teacher at T.T. Williams. Nigga, I'm old.
Nigga, we old, nigga.
You got anything else?
No, I'm anxious to hear something new. Like I said, I like to listen to the stuff that comes on because you know we always gonna break it down and critique it and let know what's really good.
So we're gonna play his music in a little bit. I got a couple more questions though.
Okay.
But always when we do this, there's somebody that wants to jump on my post, jump in my inbox, and be like, I sent you music.
Never fails.
If your ass has weak feelings, do not send me music because I will critique your shit live on the air. And if your shit is not hot, I'm gonna tell you your shit is not hot. Understand something, though? I've been doing this. If you're 20, I've been doing this longer than you've been alive.
Still in your daddy nutsack.
Yeah, when you was just in your daddy's nutsack, you was almost in his sock.
Lucky Vaughn was available that night.
He was one drop away from being in the sock. But I've been doing it, so if I tell you your stuff is not mastered right or it's not mixed right, the first reply is I'm hating. And the reality is on what? You email me your track on my show, and why would I have to hate? So, because when we start playing this music, we talking, there's going to be some people, because, you know, like, oh, well, I want to send, oh, you know what? They can't really send it because I don't have the address up. But people will still send it up. And I'll send the music, and they be like, oh, well, I want to get my song played. You ain't even shared the show yet, but you want your song played. And then when we do play your song, and then when I critique it, they be like, oh, you a hater. I want to get my song played.
No, your track sucks.
No, half y'all niggas can't even spell hate. And then when I critique it, they be like, oh, you a hater.
Yeah.
On phonics.
Yeah, we've had a couple of folks that got a little upset when we broke down their track. But if you can't take criticism, then you in the wrong game, because everyone isn't going to like your stuff. Some people aren't going to like it and they're going to have some ideas that might make you better. That's a good thing.
Well, the thing is, too, I told a young man, and he was cool. I told him straight up, though, your track wasn't mixed right. Like, I want to play your track, and I listen to it, and I think it's a good song, but it wasn't mixed. Have a better mix. And this is the thing, we can talk about this real quick. So, production-wise, how do you do mix and match?
Right.
So, you familiar, because our people, George does the Titan article. And I will never forget this. Could you do mixing and mastering? We were doing auditions for the Titan Arts Awards. And a kid came to me and was like, yo, we played this stuff, and he was like, well, maybe it should speakers. I was like, dog, I run an internet radio show 5 days out the week. These speakers are actually, I said, you know what monitor speakers are? He was like, nah. I was like, it's the speakers you use in the studio. I was like, it ain't the speakers. This is the rough draft. You mix this shit on your phone. He was like, yeah, you're right. Like, how important is it to get that good mix?
It's very important, because if you got a bad mix, it can mess up the song. Like, the song can be good.
Say that part again in slow motion, because a lot of these niggas need it. Yo, DMV, y'all need to hear this shit.
The song can be good, but if you got a bad mix, it's gonna mess up the whole song. So you gotta make sure you get the mix properly. You gotta get the levels correct. Make sure that, you know, the vocals, everything's sitting either on top of the beat or in the middle. But you don't want anything, you know, bleeding through the speakers or have anything, you know, oversaturated. You want to have everything perfectly fit.
Definitely. Yo, CP3, ask a question, because I gotta step aside and answer a work question.
It never fails. Never fails doing this.
Yo, I really think my job be like, yo, these niggas on the air, I'm gonna text them.
His interview just started. All right, I'm about to fuck with him right now. So okay, we're gonna delve into this anti-go-go sentiment a little bit. So growing up with your dad being in the go-go scene, and basically I know you probably growing up around it, what didn't click for you?
That again. Go-go is basically, they taking the songs they hear already sometimes, most of them, and they just, you know, basically doing a cover.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, I'm not speaking to the lyrical aspect of it. I'm speaking as to the musical aspect of it.
It sounds like trash can music.
You reminded me of my dad with that one, bro. Oh man, you reminded me of my dad. Man, to me, go-go. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Growing up in the go-go scene and going to the club and feeling that 808 and the crowd get hyped and the young ladies start throwing certain parts of their body all over the place. It's to me, it's a whole different experience, man. I'm just, man, brother. I'm just saying, bro. You know, you gotta think about the good times. That's why I'm like, man, how could you not like go-go with all the stuff that, you know, all the positive things that could come off of go-go? You know, it's
My first go-go was at the club in Burn, so we don't know nothing.
Well, I mean, you know, the thing about this too is just, I didn't understand go-go until I went to a go-go.
Exactly.
So I didn't go to a go-go until I was like grown.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, that was because it wasn't my thing.
It's a whole different experience.
And it's a whole different experience about the feel of how the music makes people feel.
Exactly.
So it was different when seeing it live versus hearing it. Because hearing it, I'm gonna tell you like this: a lot of the musicians from New York, we call that shit pop and pan.
Like I said, my dad called it the same thing.
You ain't open the calls.
But my thing is, you know, go-go is just like you said, going there. The same thing I tell my boys about hockey. I'm a diehard hockey fan. Most of my boys don't
But you don't like basketball.
I like basketball. I just don't like the current NBA and how soft it is, so I refuse to watch it. But I tell my boys the same thing. Once you go to a live game, you're going to be hooked because it's getting in the atmosphere and being around other folks that love it too. It's going to suck you in. So
and then the fact you a thug.
I mean, you know, a good fight every now and again. You just got to get them frustrations out sometimes. You know, holding up that stuff is bad for your soul, man. Sometimes you just got to knock a nigga out, man.
No. We at the bar, we do not. We do not promote the same thing CP3 promotes.
I'm just saying, that's why the world is the way it is right now, because people holding in a lot of shit. Sometimes you just got to say, you know what, shut the fuck up. And if they don't, just punch them in their mouth. Then they understand.
Okay, I can go to the first part. I don't really have to punch people in the mouth, though, dog.
It depends on what they're saying. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, of course, a nigga named Warfare J would say some shit like that. Oh, yeah, sometimes you got to.
Hey, man, it's the reality of life right now.
Damn, when I'm the most peaceful person in this room is wrong.
Yeah, something is wrong. Yeah, you know that Lady Antoinette, hurry up and heal up, but he's starting to lose the balance of the show. You might come back, it might be Gats at the bar, man. Who knows?
Oh shit! Come next week, Gats at the bar. Same time, new name of the show. Instead of bottles, we're gonna have like clips and bullets
I'm gonna
on
have
here.
my 4-5 and my 40 up here.
Yeah, I mean,
We got 2 legal ones, man. You never know.
Black Bow. Back to our guest, and please don't get corrupted by CP3 and his Dogs of War stories. Back to our guest. One of my favorite questions is, what is your Mount Rushmore hip hop?
Right now, I look up to Kendrick Lamar
Okay.
right now. So I just want to try to be in his position. How he's, he's always helping the community. And the way he talk about what's going on in his life, what he's seen, that's how I try to put that to my perspective of music, and then what's going on in my life.
Okay. Who else? I mean, Mount Rushmore, we got 5.
Okay, we got J. Cole is another person.
You thought it was gonna be easy? You thought you was gonna name one nigga and be like, "Oh, I'm done." Nah.
I like J. Cole a lot. For real, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. I like King Los, if you heard of him.
Yeah.
King Los is nice. It's not too many people. Corey Guns, if you remember him. But
yeah.
If you want to go back to the reason really why I started rapping is because of Short Dog. If you remember Short Dog, he was with Young Money.
I don't remember him.
See, you probably don't remember him, but he was probably one of the nicest ones in Young Money. But he changed his name to Fresh now. He's the reason why I started rapping. His first mixtape dropped. Well, I don't remember his first mixtape, but it was a mixtape called Adventures of Drakenstein. And that mixtape is the reason why I started rapping, really. Short Dog. So I look up to him a lot. Like, he's out of Kendrick Lamar and Short Dog is number 1, but Kendrick Lamar is my number 2.
Okay, all right. Which Kendrick Lamar album do you like the most?
I'm going to say Section 80 or To Pimp a Butterfly.
Pimp a Butterfly was a great ass album. That shit was vicious. That shit was vicious. You shaking your head, you ain't.
I haven't even listened to it all. I told you I tried to get into Kendrick and J. Cole because I heard those are the 2, most lyrically sound folks out there. And I think it's just a mental block from 2005. I can't, even though I feel what they're saying, I can't get into it for some reason.
Oh, you know why? Because they're not killing no. Your mindset is UGK,
True.
8 Ball, MJG. If it has something to do with pimping, slapping, or guns,
You might have a point there. So that might have something.
Because them niggas don't rap about none of that shit. That's like I can't really get into niggas.
That might have something to do with it.
There's a lot to do with
I was
it.
listening to UGK and they bought in JG last night when I got off of work. So you're right.
I bet you didn't have sex or 8-ball MGK. I bet you had more sex to an 8-ball to a UGK album than to an R&B album.
That's foreplay, dog. That's foreplay, dog. For some females, they like to hear
Exactly.
that.
You heard what he said. He said, yeah, that's right. welcome to the 151 Black Psychic Connection Network. I could just guess random nigga shit.
R&B is cool every now and again when you try to set the mood. That first time, that's cool. But when y'all, cool, and sometimes you need that, put your mouth on a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that.
Warfare J, don't take none of this back with you.
I'm just being real, dog. Sometimes you got to, man, and they like that.
You got it.
Yeah, because they like it sometimes. Rest in peace, Pimp C, baby. I told you, man.
You know what? We gonna pray for you. This show is on a Sunday for a reason. My God!
Hey, man, I'm me every day.
Lady Antoinette, you need to call in, or you need to be here. You need to get well soon. Because he's out of control. He's up here. I'm shaking my head. I have to say. So Warfare J has won a lot of content. We was in Philly about 2 years ago. They shut this shit down. And he's one of those people that he shares. He's a dope artist by himself, but he also brings other people up. How did you develop that nature? Because a lot of niggas don't want to do that.
Like Balancing Love?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I met Balancing Love at the Red Lounge in DC.
I know the Red Lounge.
Yeah, so they were doing like an open mic night, and after I performed, I was performing with one of my friends named Tizay. I don't know, he's actually on one of the songs that I sent you today.
Okay.
But it was me and Tizay, we performed the song, and I also performed my song Dream. Remember that song Dream about Martin Luther King that I made? I don't know if I sent it to you or not.
You did not send that one to me.
Okay. Well, I think I did perform that song at Red Lounge, and after that performance, she actually came up to me and said, out of all the artists that was here, the only thing they was talking about was killing and drugs and all that. And me personally, I don't drink, I don't smoke at all.
I know he had a song. He's at a radio podcast at the bar. This nigga don't drink not a damn thing.
I mean, like,
I got Pepsi. You want a Pepsi? I got Sprite.
I think that is.
I got a clean Sprite. You gotta specify that. Because other niggas got dirty Sprite.
I think that's the first, though.
Basically, after I did that song, she told me out of all the artists that she heard, I was the one that was actually speaking about something real in my life, and the only thing that was coming, that was real. So she actually gave me her number, and we actually linked up probably like a week after, and we made a couple songs.
Okay, all right. How did you develop the mentality though of, like I said, a lot of people don't want to share the spotlight?
Well, I mean, if I feel that there's chemistry, like I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna work with everybody, but the people, like if I see, like put it like this, if I hear your music and I see that there's potential there and you have, good music, I will work with you. But if I hear your music is just like everyone else is, talking about nonsense, or if I feel that you're lying or something, I mean, I ain't gonna work with you. I'll probably do a song with you, but I'm not gonna, continue the relationship further, to probably like make a joint album and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. You got a question, CPD, or you just waiting on the music?
You say about collaborations, and you have to feel the music and feel that they have, something to say.
Exactly.
I applaud that, because that's one of the reasons why I have a hard time listening to current so-called hip-hop, because they really don't have nothing to say.
That is not true. There's a lot of people that have something to say.
I know, just like in our day, most of the positive stuff, got pushed away. So I understand that. But what in you makes you want to go that direction instead of the status quo of everyone else?
You mean like staying solo, like being like dropping like the J. Cole status?
Yeah, doing positive things that are actually going on in your life, and not just rapping about the nonsense.
What's your question again? I'm sorry.
Like, what inspires you to do that and not just be one of the status quo rappers? What makes you want to go to that level?
I was just basically just being myself because I just try to be myself always. I talk about what's going on in my life, what I've seen, what I've heard, or what I've been around. I'm not going to lie in my rap. So if I say something about a gun in my life, that's because I've been around a gun. I go hunting with my dad. We actually eat deer, squirrel, rabbit. So I carried a gun. And I never.
You have been until you said rabbit. No, you said squirrel.
Squirrel.
I probably could have did the rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah,
I probably could have did the rabbit.
Yeah, I did rabbit.
I can't do the squirrel.
I haven't. I heard squirrel. All right, I haven't had squirrel though, man. Next time y'all come, y'all gotta bring some squirrel, man. We'll throw some on the grill. We gonna throw some on the grill, dog.
Squirrel?
Man, no.
You eat it once, you eat it again, bro.
No, we can
First
throw
off,
some
I'm
on.
outvoted. That ain't even right.
Man, we can throw some squirrel in the grill, bro. Call it a day, man. I heard it's
You
pretty.
just want to excuse the grill.
Shit, we can throw it on, man. Shit, it ain't nothing to it, man.
You want to mess up my child. I like Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Man, fuck that little hyperactive ass, man. Running across the street causing accidents and shit.
All right, thanks, bye.
Always just going on in my life, what I've been through. So that's all. I just keep it real.
That's good, man. That's good. I can't wait to hear your track.
Before I get to the track, there's a point when he was saying we was in Philly, and so the song that won that night was Best Friend. And we came different, but it was some Philly dudes, and I love Philly. Philly's a great hip hop town.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of everybody with a lot of gangster and trap and all this other stuff. And one of the the song that actually won that night, and it was judged by my man from 1122 Studios, and then the other guy from he up in New York. He's a producer. He's produced industry artist as well. So it was judged by them, and so I think one more person. I can't remember the other person. He must not be important. He must not, because I don't remember.
Because we know it was a tie, so we had to do a tiebreaker song.
Yeah. But the standout song was a song about best friends and positivity and partying with your best friend versus a trap nigga song.
Mm-hmm.
And when you creatively different, it shows.
Definitely.
So I think that's the one thing about it. Like, because the first time I seen him perform it, and it's my fault, I take the blame for that. He didn't get to have he didn't get to get the full performance because he didn't have the people. Because DMV niggas was being DMV niggas. Y'all need to be better rappers and better performers and learn to show up on time. And stop watching other people's shit and worry about your shit. But so I didn't get to see the full effect till almost a year and a half later to actually see them do it. And when you see the whole mixture of it, it's something good. And watching I judge a song by a crowd reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't like the song, but if the crowd loves that song, that's what you need to judge the song.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you're going off your personal appearance, nah, it don't work like that. Your personal preference. But if the crowd reacts to that song and the crowd is loving it, that shit's a hit.
Yeah.
The crowd reacted to it. Mm-hmm. The crowd was loving that shit. And it is what it is. You gotta admire that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I think when you to be different and to dare to be different. You don't know. When we go to these shows, it's 8,010,858 trap rappers. By the time you leave that show, I want to buy a gun. Or better yet, I want to get a tank top. I want to get a white beater. You know about the white beater. You got them. You got a whole collection of those.
Damn right.
White beater shorts and a Glock. And I'm gonna walk around and be like, "Yo, you want beef?" For no reason.
Hey.
Because it's all that you hear. Because it's all the different.
Because it's easy to rap that. Like I say, to rap about positivity, what's actually going on in your life, is some real shit that most folks can't handle.
So the funny thing is, when Renegade performs Money, most people remember Money because it's the only fucking song that ain't about guns that day. Also, too, they show a lot of love. So when Renegade does Money and stuff like that, they always go to the stage and they always, they always support because it's always in the network. What up, Cool Intention? He said, who won what? Of course, you know, I'm sitting next to Gunman number 2. He about to be Gun Salesman number 2.
Hey, man.
But,
Gotta be ready, babe.
But they always show a lot of love because, you know, we all bonded together and stuff.
But the
over different stuff.
Yeah, the ultimate goal is to move the crowd, like Rakim
Definitely.
said. So if you got it, it doesn't matter.
And a lot of dudes can't. A lot of dudes don't know. And I'm sorry because we went to Miami. A lot of dudes don't know. They picked the wrong songs to perform in crowds. Not every song you make is and he can tell you this as a producer. Now, say it again.
It gotta be like a performance song. Like when you go to clubs and stuff, try to make sure you got like a party type song that'll get something, you know, like the crowd moving. You don't want to perform something, you know, that's not gonna get the crowd moving. That'll just don't perform something. Basically, I'm saying when you go to perform, don't perform something that they really gotta listen to what you're saying. Like if you're saying something real, they gonna be sitting there listening. But when you go to a club, you want people dancing or something like that. So
know your environment.
Party type song.
Exactly. Like you gotta know your environment. Like at some clubs, you can get away with some things.
Exactly.
So when you go, if you go to Cali, Miami, or like in New York, in Philly, you can perform a non-club song because they're listening to your lyrics. But if you go to other places, nigga, they want to hear the beat, the hook, and they want to party. And you gotta remember that.
Party and bullshit. That's that real right there. Yeah, you gotta get the club jumping. I've been in a couple situations where they try to do a introspective deep song and lost the crowd, and it wasn't pretty at all.
Actually, okay, what's the other dude that you sent me? I see.
Talking me?
Yeah.
I sent you Homicide and D'Angelo Russell.
Which one you want first?
You can play D'Angelo Russell first.
Who the hell is D'Angelo Russell?
You know who D'Angelo Russell is. Stop.
Which one you want first? Sounds.
It's hard.
Yo, Jay Warfare. I'm sorry, Warfare John. Actually, I say it the wrong way all the time when I'm saying.
Change the niggas' names and shit.
Nigga, we're not gonna talk about your.
Nigga, I can't the dirt like a title. Had to work up at the hustle to get where I'm at. I send my veins D'Angelo Russell. Niggas gon' hate it, some niggas gon' love you. Love you, and I trust you. And no one is a thug to us. Nigga, I keep it shit hustle. Came from the dirt like a title. Had to work up at the hustle to get where I'm at. I send my veins D'Angelo Russell. Niggas gon' hate it, some niggas gon' love you. Love you, and I trust you. And no one is a thug to us. Stick to the code. My life. Niggas gon' hate, I suppose, but when you the best, you just go. I guess I just let you go. D'Angelo Russell, the ice in my veins, the best in my flows. My things cold. Can't trust these niggas, not even these hoes. Why keep a punches in case you go? What do you know? I am the best in this bitch.
Give me your favorite line. Can't trust niggas, not even these hoes.
The top of the crew, I stick. The flow of the leg, and you know I'm legit. Every school trip is a hit, I don't miss. I don't play no flipping, alive in the dish. Put me on your track, you won't even exist. Just like Rich on me, I keep going in. Do not get the flow, I don't need to punch in. Once I lock in, then I'm done with the win. I'm like a wizard when I grab the pen. Put what's together, I'm making it blend. I always do that one day I can win. Oh, you're so different, they go dig again. They counting me out, even though I'm again. Just like a bully, just let it begin. I don't want time for a man. I'm trying to find me a band. Get me a house on the hill, I got time for no friends. They say I'm setting the trend. Vision my dad, I don't need me a lens. Say what you want, I just brand. I know that you ain't in this love on the end. No need to pretend. See that I'm up, now you won't be my friend. But it's too late, cause you wasn't like that. In the dirt like a title, had to work up at the get where I'm at the blood. I send my veins D'Angelo Russell. Niggas gon' hate it, some niggas gon' love you. Love you, nigga, I trust you. Like, one is the blood to nigga, I keep it a struggle. Keep in the dirt like a title, had to work up at the get where I'm at the blood. I send my veins D'Angelo Russell. Niggas gon' hate it, some niggas gon' love you. Love you, nigga, I trust you. But no one is the blood to
hop on the beat and I body this shit, cause I in my band, gotta get on the guitar. Catch up, you niggas that down you hoe. You ain't body, I'm what they want. Give me a walk, I heard niggas flying. You gon' talk, I know they better watch. Who got the move, I know they gon' travel. In the pain, like who gon' stop? I'm at this shit, I'm a body, don't need no shit. They gon' do it with the physical friend. The brother's so you know it's a kid. Can't body, you know somewhere. All in the pain, I'ma keep going there. Feel like they're gonna keep going there. I'ma keep going there. How can I lose? I was destined for this. The flow too cold, yeah, down in the wind. Top on me, you think I need me friend? Take the bag, try to count on the dead. They say that the table is on the end. Speed and I hop in the bed. Fucking the beat and I'm running the wind.
So, before I play this next song, I'm gonna tell you what happened. You know, Warfare is gonna be too humble about it. But when we was in Miami, the DJ fucked up and cut the song off too early. And he didn't get mad, he didn't spaz. What he did was he continued to perform. You know, that's something as a, like, there's a lot of dudes that be like, what the fuck are you doing? And want to argue on stage in the middle. And we had a packed club that night. And we had to be out there at a certain time because fucking Spring Breakers, I hate you. I couldn't even go to Wet Willie's in Miami because of y'all bastards. Curfew shut down at 8 o'clock. You know, damn shit. College brats.
Oh shit.
Fucked up my Miami trip.
Damn.
But
But I did stay home.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, nigga?
8 o'clock. Nigga, you couldn't even eat at 8 o'clock on the strip.
Nigga, 8 o'clock.
You had to go outside the strip to get anywhere.
You had to figure out the purpose of going to Miami.
Man, I swear, if I see somebody with like a collared shirt on, they getting clothesline on the face.
Oh, man, you should RKO him, dog.
Yeah, they might get that too in the DDP. But he kept it professional and he didn't argue with the DJ on stage and he just like performed.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have that mentality, like real talk, because if you trying to build your craft and if you acting like a nigga on stage, I already don't want to do business with you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have that mentality. I know. So you may mess up a future collaboration in your city, in a different city, because you acting like a nigga.
I say that a lot, bro.
So I commend you for that, because there's a lot of people that want to be able to do that. You know, and when we talked afterwards, you know, you said, "Did you notice?" I said, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yeah." I said, "But you kept going," and he was like, "Yeah." That's how you handle a situation like that.
No doubt.
You know. You said. So, before I play this other song, I need you to give me 5 do's and 5 don'ts of the industry that you've learned so far.
5 do's
and 5 don'ts.
I need you to 5 do's. I say make sure if you get YouTube beats, pay for them, get the lease.
Say that shit again in slow motion.
If you doing songs on a YouTube beat, make sure you get the lease. The leases don't cost that much, probably like $25, $30. Like no higher than that. Now, if you want the exclusive, that's when it's like $500 to $1,000 more. But you can get the lease and still make money off the lease. Just make sure you read the contract, make sure what it says. All leases, you can still get paid on leases. So that's number 1. Make sure you pay for the lease. Another do is.
And by the way, no one has said that about it. When we do this question, that's the first person that actually gave that answer, and that shit's real. But go ahead.
Okay, make sure your music is mastered. You know, make sure your music is mastered. That's number 2. Number 3, make sure if you have music that's ready for the radio, also have a radio edit.
Yes.
Let me see. Number 4, don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, actual people, you know, that you see that's bigger than you. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
That's a good one.
And 5, I say, let me see. Just invest in your craft. Like if you really trying to be a rapper or whatever you're trying to do, like you gotta put money into it. It's not gonna come for free. So you gotta, you know, come out of pocket some kind of way. So just invest in yourself.
That's probably one of the most important things that being said, because a lot of people think they're gonna get success for free. It ain't gonna happen for free. If you can't put money behind yourself, How do you expect other people to put money behind it?
Exactly.
And I say the first don't is it's like you said, don't spaz out if you in the club and the DJ, accidentally, mess up your song. Yeah, just try to keep going with that. That's number one. Number two, let's see, don't. Three. I say don't lie in your music. People do it anyway, but don't lie in your music.
Niggas been doing that.
Niggas been doing that since hip hop started. Yeah. You ain't gonna stop. You ain't gonna stop niggas from lying in songs. That just ain't gonna happen.
You ain't gonna, nigga, R&B artists lie. Talk about baby making music. These niggas gay.
See, I wasn't even gonna go there.
Oh,
damn.
Don't take constructive criticism in a bad way. They just try. Some people are really trying to help. And
we have that problem all the time, dude.
All the time.
No bullshit.
Number 4. Don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you see. Like, don't try to, like, if someone's tell you, oh, I'm ready to sign you, just offer me up like $1,000. Don't believe it. Like, it's not real. Because I done got scammed before.
We all have.
Yeah. And I think that's it for me. I only got 4. I can't really think of
That's
any
good. That's
dumps.
good.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. We all have. That is cool. That's cool. You got anything, CP3? Or you just want to play the next song? You want to wait until I play the next song?
Yeah, let's go ahead and play the next one. I felt the first joint. The first joint was nice. Want to see what the second joint is.
And the second joint, this SGMB Jug, me, and my friend Tizzy. This gonna be on the album. It's called Broke the Silence. Like I said, it's coming out in May, either the end of May or the first week of June.
Oh, you should enjoy this one. It has your favorite word in it. Homicide.
That's my second favorite word.
Paying homage to YNW Melly. He's in jail right now.
Don't lie. Throw back. Okay. Shut up, my mom from the Bronx, man. Look at the stuff you get on my chest. Boy, fuck me. Solid wings with the size. Keep that glitchy on my hip and got something for no fuck. I can't even get no sleep. I'm keep on the street, but she's trying to make no sleep. I'm thinking if they do me in that rape, fucking little block. Break down my feet and never block. Remember all this life that they left me in no rain, in no fucking rain. And I just put 100 in that time. Cause they see me on the starting. Yeah, they tryna ride away. Cause they see me on the something. Turn nothing into something. I swear I know option. My niggas solid made for the size. Keep that glitchy on my hip. Ain't got time for no fuck. Think we know what you know. Anyway, just kidding. I can't slide. I'm a side. Really feeling stressed out. I'm overlooking that you got me feeling left out. Even when I try to quest to get the way better, I got better on my mind. I can't lie, man, I'm really feeling stressed out. Keep it looking, see the pain waiting around the different shit to get a kill. So every single song I'm doing, then I gotta kill. When I write for all my heart into the pit and let it look in my eyes, just say the kill. Your promise still got that shit right on my shoulder. There's a weight and there's a feel. Got these demons in my head. Keep on touching me like you don't know what you do.
Even if you hate me, swear to God, like you gon' kill me. Niggas wanna spot and take it, you gon' have to kill me. Never been a fake no matter what you get to real me. Never been a fake no matter what you get to real me. Solid wings from the sides. Keep that budget on my hip, ain't got time for no fuck, nigga. I'm just tryna run in the fake no matter what you get to real me. All my niggas solid wings from the sides. Keep that budget on my hip, ain't got time for no fuck, nigga. Bro, just tryna run it up, nigga. If it's up, then you know it's done. If you ain't the gang, I can't fuck. I can't play with one of mine. Then we slide. Swear finna be a homicide. Like that boy Melly, I got murder on my mind. Like that boy Melly, I got murder.
How you wanna fuck me? Cause you know have you? I would tell you how it feel, but I really know it's wrong. I can't really trust that bitch. And I'm not gonna say all. You gotta understand my move. Put your hands on me, they gon' stop it. Put your hands on me, they gon' stop it.
Solid wings from the sides. Keep that budget on my hip, ain't got time for no fuck, nigga. Bro, just tryna run it up. If you know it's done, you ain't the gang, I ain't slide. Gotta pay attention, gotta stay up on my business. Cause I know them niggas savage. And I can tell by the energy. I can tell by the energy. That these niggas that they hit me. And I'm just trying to run it up. And I'm just trying to run it up.
So, these songs on any digital platforms right now?
Not yet. Like I said, those two songs, those gonna be on the album. So
Okay.
next month you will have them for sure.
Okay, because because my homeboy, Cruel Intention is the DJ. He was asking about them. So, Cruel, when they come out, I'm gonna see the names of the songs, but when they come out, because he actually supports independent artists. So not only he's gonna listen to music, he's actually gonna download and stuff like that. So when they come out, Cruel, I'm gonna see the names in your DM, and when they come out, you'll be able to look them up and stuff like that.
I think a lot. Homicide is on Apple and stuff right now. So that's one that just played. That one is on Apple, but D'Angelo.
Is it only on Apple or is it on all?
It's on everything.
It's on everything.
So Homicide is on everything.
Because he does, so the one called Homicide, it's on all digital platforms. Because he usually downloads off of Amazon.
Okay, yeah, it's on there too.
Okay, all right, cool. So that's how we do. CP3. What you got, son?
Those two tracks was definitely
Yeah, you felt that Homicide. You was putting your gun to it, wasn't you? I know, nigga, I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, two different feels.
I can see it in your eyes. You love it.
Homicide did make me want to go smack a nigga with the butt of my gun. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you know you just get in that mood. You just gotta smack a nigga, man. But both of them
wake up in that mood.
Because that means somebody pissed me off before I went to bed. Nah. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, both of the joints, one thing I can say is listening to you is like you're painting a picture. And yeah, if you could do that lyrically, you already steps ahead of the game. So all I can say is, man, both of them was bangers. I can see myself riding around listening to the joint, with a chick in the car with a fat backwood, chilling, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely feeling that vibe. So I'm definitely gonna check out some of your music going forward.
So, you just so loud.
Man, I had a rough life, dog.
Yeah. So here's the thing I noticed. as an artist, how hard is it to remain sober?
Not hard at all.
Because the funny thing is I always had was when I was rapping, I had niggas used to swear I smoked. I know, like I was in a cypher one day and a dude was like, "Dog, but I passed you the blunt." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't smoke. I'm not afraid to touch a blunt. I just pass it to the next nigga." He's like, "What? How can you pass a blunt and don't smoke like this?" It's a one-step motion. I mean, but it you know, yeah. Even CP3 said, yeah, he can see the homicide when he's talking to you. But people just get it twisted as an artist. You don't always have to drink. You don't always have to smoke or anything.
I mean, I be around like most of the people I be around. They do it.
They do it, but yeah.
I mean, I'm not. It's just not for me. I just don't see. It's not going to boost me. It's not going to do nothing for me.
It's the fun. I used to have dudes argue me down. They be like, "Yo, you know, if you smoke, you can rhyme better." I was like, "Nigga, you can't rhyme me no way." How about that? Let's just stop right there. Like, can you get a nigga right now at that particular time to outrhyme me that I can't freestyle and just murder? They was like, no. I was like, nigga, I don't need to do anything. Like, you drunk trying to tell me what I need to do sober. Think about that. Then go home.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, there's some people who smoke and they do, I don't know how, but they do become better.
What it is they become calm and they can actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Freestyle, so I'm old nigga, so I'm gonna tell you like this. When I say freestyle, it's actual freestyle, not a written stuff.
Exactly.
Freestyling is a feel. It's a feel. So when you go on the top of your dome, and when you start to think, that's how niggas start to fuck up. So when people get high, it's the feeling of they can just flow without thinking.
Right.
And that's how freestyle is supposed to be. However, my philosophy is I can do what I got. If you're a good driver, you don't have to be drunk to drive good. You don't have to be high to drive. So it's something that I've mastered doing sober.
Right.
You know? So it's just one of those things. That's just how my feeling.
Sometimes it helps.
I mean, it does. I mean, I don't say anything wrong about people that smoke. Because some people, that gets them open. Me, I can look at a cat and be like, yo, I could make a rap about that. That's just how I was growing up because I got 2 poems tattooed on my arm. Like, I'm an artist. Like, that's just me.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Guess you're home with the driver and smoking party. No, I'm just never mind. Another story for another day.
And shout out to my man Cool Intentions because he said the same thing. He don't drink or smoke. And he was like, he remember a dude when he was freestyling or whatever. He thought he pinched his bag. Like, man, nigga, did you smoke my shit? Shout out to my man. He said the same thing. Let me play this joint. So I'm gonna play something that you probably never heard before. I got a Renegade joint, and it's a Renegade joint with a feature joint. So let you hear the joint. I'm gonna play something that you probably never heard before. I got a
Hey, Lay.
it's a Renegade joint with a feature joint. So.
Yeah. You know my heart was on 10. I wasn't in the city.
Oh, yeah, you can put
Your friend. Yeah, I'm trying to go like to meet my head. Just think of questions over mine. Make you understand. So you can say no, I love you and there's nowhere to run to. Just see love you. See don't come to change, then I'm gonna have to face out. Wanna stay the same, then I don't know why you came out. You don't know what I'm playing about. Just trying to find a way out. Bullshit. Wanna talk, what you wanna say now? Just trying to find a way out. Bullshit. Always wanna talk, you just wanna sit down.
ass. Simple like the marriage. Keep on only step. You don't believe me. I mean, you on me. They are like this lean. Hey, man, that's from the tree. I'm struggling. You're getting no love. You get love. Told you right in the thing that I was going through. Consider what you want to bust it all you. I told you what you didn't know you start to start. Shit. Wanna talk, you wanna see.
My man, that's Total Fact Man, K. You gotta use that Total Fact all the time. I'm sorry, OPH. Like playing Washington football team versus
exactly.
Redskins.
Shout out to OCH Stack.
I like that.
I like it because it was something different.
Yeah,
You know,
I like do Renegade. I know I seen him. He got his own studio. He do it himself.
Renegade mixing it. He do everything.
He do everything. Yeah, I like that hook. He gonna know what I'm talking about. I like that phase filter you put on the hook.
Yeah, you talk too much money. I was tired of that shit.
I know you know what I'm talking about if you watching it, but that phase filter you put on the hook, that you added the ad-libs on there, I like that behind the vocals on that. So yeah, but the song is nice. Y'all need a video for that. Yeah.
We working on it.
Y'all need a gunman for that one too.
Well, that's a love song, bro.
You might got to take another nigga out for trying to go after this girl or something. I don't know.
You know, every video can't be violent.
Just saying, I'm just throwing an idea out there, you know.
You know, something wrong.
Trying to get more acting experience, though.
We got a camera. We got plenty of other shit that you can do, bro.
Oh yeah, we about to get down.
Yeah, we got plenty of other shit that you can do. You know, some other people you can murder and stuff like that.
Amen.
So, Wolfie J. Now comes my favorite part of the show. So some other people you can murder and stuff like that. And CP3 loves to tell them my favorite part of the show.
And now it's time for Bars at the Bar.
So it could be written, it could be freestyle. Okay. I just want to hear some acapella stuff.
Okay, I'm ready.
That was quick. I ain't even got my phone ready yet. Give me a second, calm down. Let me get my phone ready because this is the part of the show I love. I love the energy that people project on. Give me a second, calm down. Damn, this is the part of the show I love. All right, let's go. The energy that people project.
Right or wrong, it ain't no switching sides. You my guy, you my ride or die. We stick together like the X, man, you get the message. Thank the Lord for all my blessings, keep me from stressing. VIP my only section, I keep a weapon. Got so many damn weapons, guess my selection. Or we could get to fighting like this here was tagging. Me and my niggas were connected. Yeah, me and my niggas were connected. If you ever get in trouble, call my phone, I'm on the double. We just trying to get out the struggle, trying to make it out the rubble. Overlook cause we so subtle, grinding how we had to hustle. Know we got it out the muscle, got so much up on my plate, a nigga had learned how to juggle. We the left piece to the puzzle, niggas want it deep but I don't do rebuttals. Guess you wanna tussle. All I got for you, that's off the album, I don't wanna give y'all the whole thing.
That's enough. You thought CP3?
He spit hot fire.
Dylan. You was the 5 hottest rappers in the West. Dylan, and Dylan.
Yeah, that shit was hot, man. That shit was hot. Nice flow to it.
Yo, how did you wind up getting into engineering?
Cause I used to like play the beat. I still do. I have like 4 phones, but what I used to do was play one beat on one phone. I used to record my music playing one beat on this phone and have the voice recorder on the other phone, and I would just play it from there. But then it was this app, this software called Mixpad, if I'm not mistaken, and it was like $100 every month. But what I did, it was a 30-day free trial if you keep making a new email.
Yeah.
So I just cheated the system. That's how I just got into mixing, and I just figured out how to compress, filter, EQ, and all that stuff. So I just started playing around with it.
Okay. So, which do you enjoy more, engineering or performing?
I'm gonna say both. I like both. I can't really decide because when I perform it, I get to see the crowd reaction of the song. And then mixing when I'm mixing the master, and I get the feel because I'm in the section. I'm there in the feeling, so I get to feel the emotions or how I am when I was creating it. So I know the emotion behind it. So when I try to perform, I try to bring back the same emotion of that song.
Okay. You got something, CP3?
No, I'm just more interested in the engineering aspect because I, do a little bit of beat making myself and just listening to some of the tracks. I haven't learned the mix and mastering part, but I was listening to him, and 151 always gives me critiques on some of my beats. He said sometimes I overcomplicate them, and as I'm I like to sit back, get my mind right. I pull a 20-minute track out with 3 bridges and 2 crossovers with 3 different types of tracks in one song, just because I don't have nothing else to do.
Right.
And I throw different types of tempos and all different types of instruments and everything. So what's a tip that you can give me besides don't overcomplicate things to help him in the beat making process to help become a better engineer or producer?
Well, to tell you the truth, you overcomplicating things is not really bad, because I do that with vocals. Some of my vocals got like 20 plugins. You know, plugins is effects.
Yeah.
Even though there's a lot. Usually vocals, I say probably vocals like a first vocal plugin that probably don't have more than like 5 or 6. Some like depending on the song. Like if you got a song with like a high tempo or a high beat, like if not high beat, but a high boost on a bass, like you gotta have like some kind of plugin that so it won't oversaturate the bass of that, the beat. Okay. So by you oversaturating and putting it too much, it's not really a bad thing. Sometimes it is if it's like, say if your levels is if it's getting crushed in the mix, and if you're in the red, if you know about your metering, in the red when you
I know a little
if
bit,
you're in the red, so you know it's bad. That's how you know you really got too much. So, but if you're in the green or in the yellow, the yellow is okay. But if you're in the green, you perfect. You in a sweet spot. If you in the green, all right, good.
Learn something new every day, baby. Appreciate that.
Well, that's the purpose of the show. We teach things, dog. We teach things.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah, so is drinking.
Yeah. That bottle almost gone too.
Hopefully you won't spend $40.
Yeah, Lady Antoinette, hurry him to come back so we can split this bottle between 3s and not 2s. That's how the show went off the rails last time.
Oh Lord.
It was just me and him drinking. Yeah.
First of all, I told him I put 151 in, was it Maker's Mark?
And I thought it was just in his cup, not the whole fucking bottle. I didn't realize this after my 3rd cup. I lost 3 hours that night and $40. I felt good when I got home, but I don't know what happened to those 3 hours.
You have with that $40.
Well, I know where the 40 went. I just don't know where the 3 hours went. But I made it home safe, so that's all.
All I know was I woke up in the morning and this nigga took a picture like I just made it home.
I left here at 10:30. I didn't get home till 1:30. I only did 20 minutes away. Somehow I ended up in Northeast.
You know what he was doing.
Hey man, somebody mouth had to get used that night.
Oh Lord. So, is there any besides the that one mixtape, what other hip hop album has impacted your life or your music career? Is there any
Snoop Dogg, he got another mixtape called Southern Flame Spinning. So we got a series of that. And then also he got another mixtape series called March Madness. I like those mixtapes that impacted my life and music. And also, like I said, Kendrick Lamar, Section 80. I like Section 80. Kendrick Lamar he got great storytelling. So I like Section 80 to Pimp a Butterfly. What was the other one? Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City was good.
Good Kid, Mad City. I like J. Cole. Forest Hill Drives.
Forest Hill Drive was good. The funny thing is, the first album for J. Cole was Forest Hill Drive. Man, Power Trip was vicious. Like the whole joint was just vicious. Like the storytelling and everything, it was just crazy. Man, Forest Hill Drive. After you we got right there, some shit.
Lady Antoinette just chimed in and said, "Yeah, Kendrick was good. That boy good. That boy good. That boy good."
Yeah. I just got the text. Thank God I got the shit on Bluetooth because I keep hearing the melodies every time she texts me.
I got folks hitting my phone about some dumb shit right now too.
Oh yeah,
wow,
Jason came up. Definitely. In this industry, what do you see yourself?
Like personally, like where I'm trying to get, or like what you mean?
Like, where do you see yourself? Where you think you fit in? Do you fit in with the J. Cole's? Do you fit? Or you just in your own lane? Like where do you see yourself at?
I say I fit in with the J. Cole's. I don't think I'm not there yet to be like, I'm not on Kendrick level yet with the storytelling. I do have some storytelling, but not that deep enough into it. But I say I'm like in the J. Cole lane, because some of my songs I do like to harmonize and sing a little bit. So I'm gonna say the J. Cole kind of lane.
Is that a question, CPT?
With the, you saying you're trying to adapt to different styles. To me, that's one of the pinnacle things that separates regular artists from being an MC. Actually being able to adapt to different tracks, different styles, different, appearances you might get on with whoever. So what do you think helps you to be able to adapt to different styles, to be able to be the storyteller, to kick it on a positive side, and also come up with a track like Homicide to show the other side of it?
Oh, well, I'm gonna answer the last question. Come up with Homicide. As Jim Jug came up with Homicide, he's the terrorizer. So whenever he come to me with one of those type of people, already, like, I can listen to him or just try to listen to somebody like I don't know, I would say like 50 Cent, and I could just, I could relate, not relate, but I could try to bring that, bring that hunger, bring that
energy, yeah.
So I can bring that energy. So when of that. So, and then what was the very first one?
It was just, what makes you be able to adapt to different styles, to go from the positive angle with the song Best Friend, and then be able to flip to the Homicide side to go to the flow, because most folks can't adapt to different styles, and like you say, there's always just trap music, rapping about drugs, about the game, and yada yada yada. What helps you be able to be so vast and diverse in your flow?
Basically, when I hear a beat, I try to ride the beat, try to see if I can, try to harmonize and melodize myself, melodize my voice with it. And if I can do that, then I already got the words to it. So if I hear a beat, like I have rapped over a straight piano beat before, like with no drums. I did that before, so it's not really, if I can trying to soothe my voice or smooth my voice throughout the beat, then it's easy. It's basically not really that hard.
So we have a third member of the team who actually was out for the medical. Lady Antoinette wants to know, where do you want to be? What lane or what goals that you have?
My goals is, I just want to, like I said, with the mixing and mastering and everything, I just want to help other artists. Like, you don't got to go to these studios, because mixing and mastering, studio time costs, it costs a lot. That's why I just...
But wait, so slow your roll.
Okay.
First of all, your mixing and mastering ain't free.
I know, yeah, I never said it was free.
So I want to clarify, because niggas will hear you say stuff like that, and they like, oh, this nigga gonna give me a hookup. No, you still don't have to pay regardless. It ain't free. Like, yo, they're from the era of BDP. The remix with P is not free. The girlie is free, but the crack costs money.
I charge for my track, so
so the mixing and mastering is not free.
Right, yes. It's not free, everybody. I charge $45 an hour for mixing and mastering. Comes with, everything that's me in the studio, help you if I gotta help you, how to lay down the verse or the hook or whatever. I will help you, within doing
that. So what lane do you see yourself in?
Basically going a route to the top. I just want everybody to notice me, because I've been doing this for so long. When I go out of town, a lot of people, they have come up to me after my performance and say, yeah, you actually did your thing. You actually had a great song. So I just want to have a lot of people notice me, just get out there more.
So I'm gonna be real with you. You know what upset me in Miami that y'all didn't do?
What?
Y'all sat at the table, y'all didn't network with the people.
Yeah.
I was so pissed off at y'all.
Yeah, well, basically, it was a lot of good artists there, but like I said, that goes back to the thing I said. If I don't see myself, if I don't hear nothing within your music that I want to potentially work with, I don't really want to.
But you still got to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like, you may not have worked with the artist, but having a conversation, taking their IG and stuff like that, it's those small things, because you don't know who their fan base is.
Exactly. You can be getting a fan base without even doing that.
I was really pissed off at y'all for not doing that, to be honest with you, because I was like, why the fuck are y'all sitting there? Because I know what y'all can do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I think like, in that situation, don't waste your potential.
Okay.
Like, I don't care if you don't fuck with the artist. Walk around, talk to these people.
Networking
Like,
is key.
because the next time I'm gonna come to the table, like, what the fuck y'all doing? Like, real talk.
Usually I would do it. Usually I would.
That's what pissed me off.
Networking is.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but if I hear you,
I don't get like dog. I'm gonna be honest.
might-
You already know because you my dog and I'm real with you. Dog, get the fuck out the table and you network. If you follow me, he tell you the same shit. You gotta network. Whether you love dog. You think I give a fuck if Renegade love these dogs? Nah, nigga, walk around, network, take a picture with these people. Increase your fan base.
You got to network.
We're there for a reason. And when we do the out of town shows, it's growing your fan base. You don't know who's watching. Like, for real talk. There was a nigga that was the young boy, I'm about to play his music, Blue Flame. But he came with his manager and a nigga that had that was part of a magazine. That's why I say network. Because you could have made that connection. And I made the connection with him because I took a picture. Because he was struggling to take a picture and I took a picture. And he was like, oh, boom, boom. I tagged him in the picture. Oh, shit, it's a magazine. I thought I was just tagging a regular nigga.
You never know,
So
dog.
that's the thing. It frustrated me because I know your work, but never get too complacent to where you don't network.
Just like
Especially out of you, even in town shows, because you don't know who knows who.
Exactly.
But especially when we go out of town, you don't know what they fan base is.
Exactly.
They could have the most slumminest song in the world, but they could have 20 million fans or 10,000 fans from their hometown. You don't know what they got.
Just like we talked.
And you got to treat it as such. You know, and there was a lot of good talent there. The niggas from Cleveland was killing it.
Yeah, it was like 30 of them from Cleveland.
Yeah, the niggas was. But we got those situations. You got to know. You know, and just get out there. And I would say this too: is the one thing I did for At the Bar last year was I partnered with Eric Kruger, and we represent their brand. Like the clothes I got on now is Eric Kruger. And I actually went out and took pictures of them yesterday. But I got when you see the At the Bar T-shirt, like the Sports on the Hill T-shirt that he got, like when you go to these joints, dress the part. Partner, you don't gotta be with Eric Kruger, but you can be with any of these local artists and bring your flavor into there and have your name, your IG and stuff like that. So people can just walk around and be like, yo, I can just take a picture of this nigga's shirt. Look at my, I just want to know who he was. The bartender made me a great fucking drink. The shit was $18 though. But it was a great fucking drink. It was 18. I was like, damn. I hate this shit. But the drink was good. And when I went to say, yo, he said, yo, take a picture of the drink and just tag me in it. And I said, what's your IG? He just turned around and pointed to his back.
That's one thing
I was like, nigga, I'm about to get a shirt done with At the Bar and Rakim 151 on the back.
It's nothing like representing your own brand when you go out. I have my own apparel line. If I'm not at work wearing my shirt and tie and stuff, I'm out rocking my apparel line. So when you see me, I'm representing my shit. And it's nothing like that, bro. It's nothing like that.
So, and these are my words of wisdom to you. You know, and I'm just being honest. Like, I know that you have potential. I just think, like that instance, whether you rock with them dudes or not, yo, networking. Because you don't know who know who or who like who. Or, you may not like them, but they may fuck with you. So don't shorten your own bag, but don't shorten your own success by not going that extra mile.
Yeah, I got certain affiliates that I deal with on my sports show that I might not be necessarily fans of, but they bring a certain element to the show and make my show better. Just like we talked about, just because it might not be what you like, but if it's moving the crowd, you never know, like you said, who's following them. And then all it takes is the right person to hear your stuff, and then it can go from there. So you never want to limit yourself by not networking. Network. I'm in the car sales business. I'm in the radio networking business. I'm in the apparel line business. Networking is my middle fucking name.
Like they dog, he have a bad day, I listen to him and I go back to the same shit I tell you. Okay, you had a bad day, cool. But what you gonna do about tomorrow? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna do?
Exactly.
Like those are the conversations we have because we got a network. Like it's part of our business no matter what you do. Because at the end of the day, you are Wolf 50. So you are your brand. You are everything that you embody. But if you don't network, people can't see. If I don't walk around with an At the Bar t-shirt or At the Bar this or At the Bar that, I have three IGs. You really think I won't fuck? Social media is like a second job that don't pay shit. 3 IGs, 2 Facebooks, a Snapchat that I don't even fucking use. But I gotta network on these things. I had to start an IG just for my picture taking. I got an IG just for my radio. Then I just got an IG just for my personal shit.
Bruh.
That shit work. I'll be like, damn, I got a hashtag. Damn, what the fuck? Like it's tiring, but it's part of the business. That shit work. You know, to control the success, you gotta do these things.
I'm running 13 pages, 2 websites, and a YouTube channel for myself on my MacBook Pro, dog. It's a grind, but it's what we do. It's the life we chose. So if you're gonna do it, like they say, go hard or go home, baby.
So this is from Lady Antoinette, and this is true. She said, when you network, you never know the outcome, and it's part of every business now. You know, so, and that's one thing too. You never know. Even when you say something negative about Google, keep saying something positive about them too, because you never know who made who. They can play your song. They can remix one of your songs and be on the radio. And that puts you in a whole nother hemisphere.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't fuck with Go-Go, but I swear to you, if a Go-Go man said, let me remix Money real quick by Renegade.
Oh, nigga, that shit playing in every club in the motherfucking city, nigga.
Let's talk. Let's talk. We going to Miami Takeover? What?
Well, nigga, if you trying to do that, let me know. I got my brother to do the work with the Go-Go band. We can do a Go-Go cover. Shit.
Okay. So, but you know, the one thing about this show is I want to stress that I like to have real conversations with people. Because motherfuckers come on and they're like, "Damn, you got real questions?" Yeah, I got real questions. Am I lying?
That's the shit that's fucked up. They think they come in for a little softball, a little bullshit. They're like, nah, dog, we don't do this for play. We do this shit because this is what we do.
Well, he knows me, so he knows I'm. If he fucked up on stage, I'm gonna pull him to the side and be like, "Yo, Jay, I know you can do better than that. I don't ever want to see that because he knows me and he knows I'm always keeping 100% honest with him. You know, if it's hot, I'm gonna tell him, yo, nigga, you killed that shit.
No doubt.
You know, when we had our conversation in Miami, I was like, I told him shit. I said, yo, dog, he's like, yeah, they fucked up on my music. I said, but I like how you kept going. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's how our conversation went.
Yeah.
Like, real talk. Am I lying? Yeah.
That's what it's all
So
about.
we have, the one thing about the show is if you can't, I'm not here to be a yes man. If your shit's hot, it's hot. If it's not, it's not. When same conversation we had with Keys, when he had a song, I ain't proud. Keys, I don't like that joint.
Yeah,
I thought this should be your first single. And that's my man. But you gotta be honest with you. If I can't be honest with you,
ain't no point.
Ain't no point. Exactly. And you know, and the thing is, I can't set you up for success by lying to you. Because you're not gonna be successful.
A lot of folks don't understand that right there. You gotta be real. You gotta if you your man's folks, then you gonna tell him if he got some bullshit. You ain't gonna let him go out there, go on stage and perform some bullshit and get booed off the scene and lose all whatever credit he had. You gonna let him know, dog, that ain't your best work. You need to go back in the studio.
So the real talk is this: like, a lot of times when people send me this stuff, even if you send it a week before, I may not listen to it on the air because I want to give an honest reaction.
That's true. That's facts.
And I don't send it to them to be like, oh yeah, we all gonna review this song. When I say, oh, we're gonna review Warfare J is coming and we're gonna review his music. And they already know not to ask me, are you gonna send it to me? Because no, we're gonna review it live because I want your honest reaction.
Yeah, exactly. I want to hear it and I want to be crisp and hear it and see what it sounds like.
And here's the thing, we all don't agree. There was times, like I said, we had to sing a dude. He was good. Lady Antoinette CP3 agreed, but when it got to me, I was like, yo, your mix was not good. I liked the song, but the mix wasn't good.
So you got that engineer's ear though. That's
I've
a whole different
been
ball.
doing this 20-something years.
I know,
bro.
that's why I've been trying to listen to that shit.
As I tell people, I've been running track boards since I was 14 in churches. Believe it or not, yeah, I drink and go to. I drink and I curse, but yeah, I used to go to church.
He had a special shroud he carried over so he didn't burn up when he walked in.
So and also I also have a diploma in radio engineering. You know.
That's
I
why
went
I'm
to
coming
Columbia
in.
School. I went to Columbia School broadcast. I have radio engineering and radio.
How y'all think I got my board and shit set up for Sports on the Hill? This nigga right here.
So actually, I could set your whole podcast up if y'all need to, but it ain't free.
It ain't free.
Fuck that. I learned on my own, nigga. You told me enough.
So actually, I could set your whole podcast up.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Oh, Lady Antoinette, you did pay them. You did suggest changes to it. And Lady Antoinette does have a great ear for music as well. So we will tell you this. We always want to keep it 100. Let me rephrase that. We always want to keep it 151.
Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not.
I mean, yo, like I said, some people can take criticism, some people can't. Like, I told the dude, yo, you sent me a B-side single. So I felt like it's a B-side. I think it's a good song. I think it's a B-side. He told me we was hating. No lie. I told the dude, yo, you sent me a B-side single. Criticism.
Sound like you need a drink. Sound like you need a drink. You over there stumbling over words sober, think you might need a drink. I think that's an at the bar curse right there. You ain't had a drink yet.
Yeah,
it's messing up with your words now.
So, before we get up out of here,
I think that's an at the bar curse right there.
Before we get up out of here,
she on the meds. She on them oxy. She talking shit now. We ain't even gonna repeat what she said just now. Well, nothing bad directed towards you. You know them pills that were popping in right now.
You know she's gonna get your ass.
I know she is, but she ain't gonna be back for another 2 weeks, so I'm straight. I can run faster than her anyway right now.
She said, but she did say overall this stuff is good. How is it? This is probably the hardest question that you're gonna have to answer tonight. How is it to balance a love life and music?
Oh boy, that's a good one.
Because
I'm gonna say it's like medium hard.
Before you even answer, I tell you this. When you have a dedication, it's like doing this stuff. Like CP3 had a young lady that was like, y'all can't even watch this stuff because your persona. Because sometimes we be talking everything, you know, the show before the show is something totally different.
And the show after the show is something totally different. But yeah, I've had some young ladies that because of my on-air persona find it hard being with me, even though I'm a changed man. I'm speaking about my past. Yeah, it's rough, bro. It's rough. Yeah.
So how do you balance that being an artist?
I mean, like I said, it's like medium hard. Like when I go out of town and stuff, my girl, she constantly wants me to call her and FaceTime her and see what make sure I'm okay and safe. Make sure I'm not going around tricking off the girls.
He's like, are you breathing or are you tricking?
Right. So I mean, it's not hard. Just make sure I check in here and there, and make sure she knows. Yeah, I mean, she knows I'm doing the right thing, but that's the girl mentality.
Yeah. As long as she's not being overbearing with it.
Right.
Because I got my partner that works as a DJ at the strip club. Mm-hmm. His girl basically wants him to have his phone FaceTime the whole time he's at work, just so she know he's not doing.
I was like, oh, what the heck?
Bruh, I mean, I be for something.
Bro, we already know we don't do that.
From South East.
Yeah, you're right. It still ain't working.
I wish it would. Feel like, yo, you need to FaceTime me through your whole show.
Bruh, she be FaceTime that like every 5-10 minutes, dog. I'm like, dog, can't you go take a piss or nothing? Nah, I gotta take my phone with me just in case she call. I'm like, dog, you can't live like that, dog. But that's good if you got a good lady that understands that. I mean, nothing wrong with checking in, alleviating her, thoughts and fears, because she know what's going on out here. So yeah, if you could do that, that's all I ask. Just be reasonable. Don't be overbearing. I go out of town to do a show or do something, and I got 87 voice messages with 87 different personalities that you call on my phone. I can't deal with that shit.
CP3, what did you do to make her get at least?
I mean, I didn't talk to her for 3 days because my phone died. I left my charger at home.
You know what?
This was back in the early 2000s when chargers weren't readily available like they are now. $5 at the gas station. Man, this was different times, dog. This was different times, dog. It wasn't, you couldn't just go to the gas station and get an iPhone charger for $5. You had the girl. These things cost like $100, man. You can't just go out there and just buy a charger just willy nilly like that, man. That's big money.
Nigga, you had females that would have paid you the $100 back.
That's what I was. Never mind. But that's what I'm saying. I had 87 different voice messages from 87 different personalities. If you either you trust me or you don't. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother show. I don't know how we got here, but that's a whole nother show.
Cause you take us there.
Man, you want to say we're gonna finish this bottle. That's what happened, man, when we started drinking this Jameson, dog.
Which is it? First is Patron. Then it's 151.
It's alcohol, niggas. At the bar, I told y'all I don't want to get back into my old ways, and y'all like, go ahead, drink up. It's at the bar radio. Now when I'm drinking more than y'all like, why are you drinking so much? See, now I'm the one. I'm the bad guy now.
At the bar.
See, that's the pressure I deal with. See,
not at the dispensary.
I drink beer, and they like, no, we gotta drink liquors. Then I start drinking liquor. Then I'm the problem. Swear, man. Can't win for losing around here, dog.
All right, so we're gonna play my man Blue Flame. He was at the show in Miami. He's from Alabama, and then we'll wrap this up. So CP3, when you leave here, are you going home or are you going to spend $20? Don't answer that. That could be incriminating.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that. I gotta make a couple calls first. It might be free tonight.
Are you going to spend $20? Don't answer that.
I will always be my brother's keeper. Swear to God, I put that on my mama. Low bitch, let it right. I got the script on with the drama. Georgia T.I. Alabama. Run it up that elbow. Jackson, when we slide, like Jordan with the dunk. Speak about the man that you lied about. No smoking mirrors like around. See if they hit them, they throw you down. Like a fire in the wood, we smoke it out. Fire in the chicken, we smoke it loud. Say guess in the room, like a clear brown. Let's go for you can't point us out. Think your next in the label, you ain't heard around. RP to my brother. God knows I love you. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just gonna do whatever. You demon, they got it, gotta keep his heart down and play to me. The devil won't walk my foot in my body, so you better pray for me. So lay me down to sleep. I pray they want my soul to sleep. I
know.
Right off the stage. This week if you would take a million dollars out of your keep. Oh, the God I be my brother's keeper. Oh, the God I be my brother's keeper. Oh, but it ain't gonna be my brother's keeper. Just know that I'ma keep it. So I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now. Oh, yeah, man, it's a freaking big going too home. They to these keys, put my phone in. I need up old ladies that give me a freak. I can put it in the seats. I know they call me a psycho. Did it up in this bitch, I just play. Put it up in these streets and the fire go. These nipples are real, not a typo.
Mine right now, my XRP is still down. Got 8.5% today. From the cryptocurrency now.
That's so do I.
XRP was going up. I bought some 2 days ago. It's been going down ever since. Waiting for it to go back up.
It might go down.
Yeah, I was gonna jump on that. I gotta put some more money on my account.
Now
8% today. Shit.
Oh, but it ain't gonna be my brother's keeper. Just know that I'ma keep it. I wanna ride right now, say yo.
I done lost $8 since yesterday.
I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now. Swear to God, I'll be my brother's keeper.
Yeah.
Then on my life, I'll be my brother's keeper. Gonna be my brother's keeper.
And the answer to that
Nah, rent still due, baby, for next month.
ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now.
That's Blue Flame. He's from Alabama. That's my. Yo, actually he's from I think he's from Huntsville, the same area.
Yeah, we interviewed him, right?
No, that was J Hood. I mean, J Parker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we had a couple of Alabama folks calling.
Yeah, definitely.
They definitely got a vibe down in Alabama.
Definitely.
My cousin in Alabama, think about it.
Are you?
Yeah. Down Birmingham.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He was just a lonely soul, just walking the earth like King from Kung Fu.
No, I'm trying to sell him a car. I'm just waiting for the nigga to send me his credit application. Shit.
You gonna drive it to Alabama?
We got a delivery guy. He said he don't have no problem driving to Alabama. He drove to motherfucking South Carolina the other day. He get paid to drive. Nigga, a deal is a deal, nigga.
You wasn't a nigga to Alabama?
Nigga, I drove to Richmond. Shit.
You drove to Richmond?
Yeah, I ain't driving to Alabama. That niggas gotta let me come back.
So Jay, listen out what I asked him. And listen how he answered. I said, are you going to send a nigga to Alabama? And he said,
I drove to
Richmond the other day.
I ain't got nothing to do with Alabama. That's his job. He's supposed to deliver vehicles. He just drove to Ohio the other day to drop something off.
You know, you're cold. Don't be like this.
You gotta get.
He's a cold motherfucker.
He on that same ground. He trying to get them dollars. He trying to get that money. That sound the same way, dog. I will backhand the motherfucker for my dollars, dog. I'm sorry.
You need a hug.
I need a little something more. It's been a rough month. I need some cheeks. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, sometimes you gotta backhand a motherfucker, man. You can get Venus or Serena, the forehand or the backhand. Which one you want?
You know what? Can you just end it? You got any other questions before we end the show? Before you threaten people?
I ain't threatening nobody directly.
Lady Internet, I need you to come back. He's out of control.
Hey man.
He was good last week. This week,
I told her, man, she can't be gone for more than 3 weeks at a time. The show gonna be taking a bad turn. She might not be able to come back. Might be a whole different show. What do you have in the near future? I know you have some nice tracks that you dropping an album the end of May, beginning of June. What's your next video project or what you got in the near future plan?
The next video is the song that we just played, the D'Angelo Russell. We're shooting that next Saturday.
Okay.
Then after that, I got another video called Designer, so we can shoot that one on the beach. So, and then after that,
on the beach.
Yeah, on the beach.
I bet you want to come, don't you?
Yeah, I got work next Saturday, so I can't be gumming out too.
Next Saturday, this is D'Angelo Russell. So,
Yeah.
The
other one on the beach.
I'll probably shoot the Designer one in June.
So which one gonna be on the beach and which beach y'all gonna be at?
Probably gonna go to Chesapeake, probably, or Ocean City, probably.
Oh, if you go to Chesapeake, let me know. I got fam down 757. If you need audience or anything, just let me know. My little bro got a couple of artists that he's supposed to be cultivating. Neek, stop bullshitting and send me the music, man. You gotta stop. I'm gonna call him out. I'm gonna call him out because I done called him out text message. I done called him out on the phone. Now I'm gonna call you out via internet. Stop bullshitting. Send me the fucking music so we can do some things. We talked about this. We talked about this when we was coming up, man, about doing music and doing the collab. You fucking up. I know your wife love you, but goddamn it, she gotta let you out the house. Coronavirus is still. Dog, we gotta send the SOS out. I told you when we went down. What happened when we went down to July 4th? Did we see my little bro? Did we see him?
I plead the fifth.
Exactly. I couldn't even see my little brother. I ain't seen it over a year and a half because his wife got him on lockdown. Neat. Get out, dog. Send smoke signals. Carrier pigeons. Something, nigga. Come out, nigga. We miss you. All right, I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm done.
I didn't know how to finish this shit.
This what happened with Lady Antoinette ain't here.
Where can they find your music at, dog?
Find my music on all streaming platforms. Warfare J, that's WARFARE J, Warfare J. I'm on all streaming platforms. Anywhere you get your music.
Definitely. Shout out to your pops for being here. I always appreciate when people support the artists, especially their family. Shout out to your and it's very important to have that type of backing and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I'm always at work, like, you know, the Renegade shows and stuff like that, because I thought that was very important to back and stuff like that. It's a very special bond, especially when y'all both have done music and stuff like that. So, you know, salute to your pops, we salute them. Because one, black men don't get enough credit.
True that.
You got something to say about your pop?
Black fathers, black men don't get enough credit, and damn sure black fathers don't get enough credit because they will have you thinking all of us niggas is MIA or locked up or some shit, and there's all real black fathers out here that support their children. So we definitely want to salute that.
I lost my dad 15 years ago. He was my best friend, the only dude that understood me. I still talk to him every day, so I tell my folks that even have rough relationships with their dad, like, you only get one, dog. No matter what he did to your mom or what fucked up shit he did, he's still your dad. At least reach out, give the effort. If he doesn't return it, then at least you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I tried.
Yo,
can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Like I said, I'm his biggest supporter. Even if he don't get signed, I tell him every day, I done signed him. He been rapping since he was in 7th grade. I signed him years ago, so he's my big inspiration.
That's a blessing. So actually, Lady Annette actually had a great question. She said, "What do you say to those coming behind you who may be discouraged?"
Just keep going. Don't listen to the hate. Like, just keep. If you really got a passion for it, just keep going. Just don't listen to nobody. Just, you know, if you got it in your gut, you got the right mental status. You want to rap and sing, whatever you want to do. Just keep going. Don't listen to nobody. Just keep going and push yourself. Someone's going to hear you eventually.
Definitely. I think I like I said, I salute you. I salute your pop, because you gotta, in order to make great music, you gotta have those other people that are behind the scenes that help you. You know, and when you have those words of encouragement, it just makes it easy to do. You know, I love my mom. I love, but when I was rapping and stuff, I had the support, so it was different for me. So, like I tried not to stop. You know, it might have been different if I had the support. You know, and it's important. That's one of, like I said, it's one of the reasons I try to encourage young artists. It's one of the reasons I stand behind Renegade, because he has a talent, and I want to support him as much as I can. Because I know what it's like when you don't. You know, and your father can probably tell you when he started doing go-go, when you don't have that particular support, and it's like, yo, I want to do this, and people tell you, no, you can't do this. Don't do this. But this is what I want to do.
Ain't no future in that. Ain't no future in that.
And then you would, and then when you see them go to other people's concerts and other people's shows, but they ain't never showed up your show, you're like, damn.
Oh, bro, don't get me started.
That's some shit, and it affects you mentally. So when you have somebody like, and black men do not get enough credit for supporting. You know, as a black man that does support, I can tell you that. You know, they will make you think to be a myth. Like, they'd rather see Bigfoot or a unicorn than a black man support other black men. So, and we're out there. We're actually more common than what people actually realize. You know, real talk.
Yeah, you're always going to personify the negative and not promote the positive. There's a lot of us doing good things, but unfortunately, we got a lot of niggas out here doing dumb shit that they're always going to shine a light on.
But here's the thing: when we say we got a lot of niggas out here doing dumb shit, there's a lot of crackers doing dumb shit too.
Yeah, no doubt,
There's a lot of crackers people doing dumb shit too.
Yeah, but we already noticed the
there's a lot of, you know, I can go down to every race and say there's a lot of dumb shit that they do. But black people, we just get, if one black person do something, and this has been since I was a kid. When one black person do something fucked up, we blame the whole race. And that doesn't, like, people was ashamed when they had the DC sniper, because they're like, that motherfucker had, damn, he black.
But then, sharpshooter, dog.
Yeah, he was. But at the same time,
sharpshooter myself.
But at the same time, we focus on the one black serial killer.
Of course.
But the 35 other white serial killers, like,
that's different.
Like, yeah, we the DC sniper, but damn, we was not Ted Bundy.
Yeah, but
we was not Jeffrey Dahmer. We wasn't eating motherfuckers, like, you know. It's we gonna take an L every now and then, but damn it, some of y'all niggas been taking L since the 70s.
It's interesting you said.
And we in 2021.
I was watching a comedy special, and the comedian brought that up about how they glorify certain serial killers And they mention all, you know, all the white Ted Bundy, he was so-called charismatic. Nah, he was just a nigga that knew how to talk. And they try to glorify him, even though they're trying to vilify him. They still shine him in the light of so-called glory, where they have folks that's trying to marry him in jail and all that other shit. But as soon as a black man or a brown man does it, oh, that's their character, that's their nature, and yada, yada, yada. So it's a whole bunch of bullshit. But we have to help break that cycle by not falling into that nigga shit category.
We do. I mean, you know, the thing is, people glorify Charles Manson.
No bullshit.
You know,
he's a rock star.
He's a rock star. But they don't want to define Charles Manson as how white people think, and he clearly is how white people think, to be honest with you. But they don't want to say that's how we all think.
I'm trying to think of that guy's name. I'm gonna Google it real quick. The black police officer in California that went on a rampage and was killing LA police officers and their families because he actually reported harassment and racism on the force, and they demonized. I'm trying to remember his name, but they demonized him in the press, said that he was just, you know, a crazy man going on a rampage trying to kill, you know, LA police officers, but they never gave the backstory of why he went crazy.
Yeah.
He reported the counterpart for doing for excessive force against a minority, ended up losing his job. Then he went the bureaucratic route by going to the hearings, trying to get his job back, and they still blackballed him. So when a black man that had did nothing but serve his community and report a fellow officer who happened to be white that was doing things that he wasn't supposed to do, they had him on the so-called, because he snapped. And he was like, if y'all don't give me my job back, y'all gonna take my pension after I done served for, you know, some motherfuckers gonna pay. And then they want to demonize him, and it was on CNN and all that. Oh, he's a vigilante just going to kill cops for no reason at all. Nah, tell the whole fucking story. And that's the sad thing.
But the thing about that is, don't mean to cut you off. They never tell us that.
I know,
because if they told our story, they would tell you that the traffic light is invented by a black man. They would tell you that a black man improved the refrigeration on the meat trucks that we use right now. You know, they would tell you that basically 90% of the discoveries of stuff that we use, a cell phone was invented by black men. Like, they would tell you these things, but they don't. Like, the monkey wrench was invented by a boxer.
They call it the monkey wrench just to make it, you know, less of a big thing. They called it a monkey wrench. That's just the American spin.
Like the cure for cancer and all that other stuff was invented off the cells they stole from a black woman out in Baltimore.
I remember that story. I remember
actually watching on like HBO Max for a while.
Oprah did that.
Yeah. So, you know, but that's the truth. Lady Antoinette has said that black fathers matter, we love them, that's true. And I see this on the regular. Walking their kids to school, doing their little girls' hair and football games and all that. And they will have you believe that black fathers are unicorns, and we're not. I ain't got kids, but I've always, like, for my sister, for my nephew, when they were little, I did these things for them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm retired from babysitting, so, you know.
I still babysit now.
If you caught me in my 20s, or in my 30s, I would have babysit your kids.
Just don't interrupt my cognac session, and we good.
At 46, I just want to podcast and drink, so I don't want to babysit no more. Unless, you know, if I gotta change diapers, you're done. My diaper days changed. My diaper days ended in the 90s.
Come on, man, you can't say that, man. You still got
2001.
Oh, you still got to change diapers.
I mean, if I have to, the little niggas stink. I'd be like, hey, this nigga stink.
You still got to change the diaper. As the uncle, you got.
If her hands are full, emergency diaper change. And if I change your diapers, I shouldn't have to change your kids.
I wish that was true.
That's the golden rule.
I wish that was true. But yeah, man, you know, it's rough sometimes. Well, it's rough a lot of times being a black man in America. Yeah. But you know, it is what it is. All I can tell folks, I've been through a lot of different situations. You know, like I said, being on both sides of the good and bad of the law and doing some things that I'm not going to talk about on air. I'm not going to talk about on air because, you know, it might be some charges pending. But it's just that at the end of the day, if you can't look yourself in the mirror and say you were a good man every day, then you got to do something about that, dog. I talk to my folks all the time. A lot of mentoring groups, Boys and Girls Club. I know y'all see me on there talking about the stuff I talk about, but I'm a good dude. Trust me.
I don't know about that.
Hey, shut up. I'm trying to sell this here, damn it. But at the end of the day, man, if you can't look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and say you were a better person than you were the day before, you need to check yourself. It's not always the white man's fault. It ain't always the next man down the street fault. Some things you got to take accountability for. I know I dodge a lot of responsibility on the show, but that's my persona. That's what I do. We having fun. But in real deal, if you that real nigga, you that stand-up dude that you claim to be when you rapping to these females and you on the block talking to your fellas, it ain't just about talking it. It's about walking it. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't got no legs. So if you ain't got no legs, shut the fuck up. Or either step up and do what the fuck you need to do. I'm tired of talking to these simp-ass niggas out here. They got a million excuses why they can't make nothing of themselves, but you got a million scams when you trying to get the fuck over. If you put that same energy in the scams into being positive and trying to better yourself, maybe you get a little fucking farther. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of hearing some of these folks out here, and I don't mean to be going on my soapbox, but I guess it's that soapbox time. I'm just tired of it, man. Some of y'all dudes got to grow the fuck up. It ain't all about what your lady doing or what your moms did or what your life was like. Everybody's life is fucked up. Everybody got to adapt to man the fuck up. If you the man you claim to be when you stay on the block, be that man when it's time to be that man. And that's directed to a couple of people that might be watching. If you got a problem with it, you know where I'm at.
That was really impressive.
I'm just saying, there's a couple of folks that, you know, dealing with my family that they've been doing some shit that just because I ain't been around don't mean I don't know. And I know you tuning in because you's a bitch. I know you is. Because you can't call me. You can't text me. But when I call you, you duck that motherfucker.
What a nigga you the thug?
I'm just saying, I've been getting some stuff that I had to get off my chest, and I know they tuning in because they some bitch niggas. I'm about to get into my Pimp C phase, nigga. I had to lift your skirt, and expose your clitoris. You's a bitch, nigga. If you can't do what the fuck you supposed to do, I told you in the beginning. Take care of your kids. You ain't gonna hear from me. You don't, we gonna have a problem. Now we have a problem. I will holler at you. You know how I roll. And I'm out.
That was scary.
I'm just saying, dog. When I'm getting texts during the show about some fucked up shit, and I've been drinking,
nigga,
you know what's coming.
You're not Beyonce. I've been drinking.
I've been drinking.
So, Wolf AJ, tell them they can find your stuff at.
Social media?
Yeah.
That's on all social medias, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That's WARFARE_J. Again, WARFARE_J. Wolf AJ.
And the social, not social, the music platform, the digital platform.
Digital platforms, Apple, Spotify, anywhere, streaming, wherever you get your music, that's Wolf AJ, WARFAREJ, Wolf AJ. I pop up right away.
I just followed you, bro.
Appreciate it. I got it.
All right, cool. After that scary rant by CP3, I think next week we won't have a show. I think we're going to go to church.
Lady Antoinette, we need you back. I'm trying to be good, but these bottles of liquor, and yeah, it's only two of us now. Yeah, the bottle drinking is going to get to him too fast. You know what I'm saying? I told you I ain't blaming myself. It's somebody else's fault. Man.
You are not Jamie Foxx. You will not blame me on the alcohol.
You damn right.
Don't blame the liquor. You are not Jamie.
I got to, dog. I got to.
What I got going on tomorrow?
Sports on the Hill podcast, episode 222. We're going to be bringing you the recap of the Nats week. They definitely did better than they started out, going 1-5. Had a walk-off, had a couple of wins against Arizona. Going to break down, the Capitals. They took a bad loss today to Boston, 6-3, but they had a great win last night. They're still in first place in the Mass Mutual division. This hockey season is winding down. Postseason is coming. Still looking for a goalie. We're going to discuss all of that. And the Wizards, they're on a little win streak right now. Robbie in the NBA Roundtable will cover that. Once again, don't forget to tune in Thursday night for our Washington football team pre-draft and off-season special. I'll be breaking down all the free agency moves. My insider, NCAA, and draft insider, Dujanae Bland, will be breaking down some of the prospects this team might pick up to make itself better going into the next year to try to repeat as the NFC East champions. And who knows what else we might talk about. We might talk about field hockey, lacrosse, who knows. We got the best DC sports coverage around. DC Sports Water Politics. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do, baby.
So next week will be a very interesting show.
What we got for next week?
My man from Worldwide Entertainment is going to be here, and I have some other people that haven't followed up with me that want to be on the show because they don't follow up. They probably won't be on the show. Somebody wanted a judge to come to do the call.
Lady Antoinette says she may be back next week.
Okay.
Don't rush back. We told you, make sure you 100% before you.
You just told her to come back.
Nah, we want her back, but we talked to her this morning and she had a setback. So get yourself 100% healthy first.
She said you're losing the TV.
Man, the Jameson, dog. You see how much I done drunk of that shit? Nigga, I went to work today. I went to work 12 hours yesterday. Nigga, I'm drunk. I'm feeling good. I'm all over the place. I just need somebody. Never mind. That's another show for another day.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
But I know we have Worldwide Entertainment. So basically with them is they're doing a comedy. He's a promoter. He actually just saw the brother from Eric Coulson.
Okay.
So he's coming through. So always my folks gonna get presidents over every anything else.
No, I'm not losing.
He said you are. He said you are losing. But he's coming through, and then I'll be working with him in August. He has a comedy event in Richmond for 2 days, so I'm going down there to take pictures and stuff. And he has a very big movement, so I will probably, he's going to be the main guest, so the other people probably going to be short. So if you listen to this, you're probably short.
Just Zoom call in and you'll be all right.
I mean, I'm gonna go with I gotta go with my folks though. He's been like, he was at the thing yesterday and stuff like that. And there's more
Richmond in August?
Yeah, August 28th.
Nigga, that's prime time down in Richmond, dog. I might gotta take off.
Well, let me know. I got a hotel room.
I would, yeah, nigga, yeah.
Let
me call a couple of people.
I can't discuss the details because we'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
But we got a hotel room. We're gonna be in Richmond that weekend.
Because the people I'm gonna be calling you.
We might find CP3's long lost baby's mom.
He ain't claiming it though. Like I said, I ain't got the social security number, so it don't count.
Wide Range Entertainment. That's the name of it. He's going to heaven.
I'm just saying, if I can't claim them, I ain't claiming them. That's just my thing.
Wide Range Entertainment.
I'm sorry. It's rules to this shit.
She was originally supposed to come back next week, so Lady Antoinette said she's gonna be back next week.
You know what? We'll talk offline. No, you always start something. See, I can tell you missed the show because you started stuff via text. See, so you ready to come back? Always picking on me. I gotta play victim, dog. Come on, that's my role. Shit.
You know what? All right, we're gonna play Greatest Chef Morales, Chicago joint.
Oh,
he produced
that's
the joint, and there's another guy that's singing it. So interesting. Before I even played this song, was I saw him. He started, and he actually's been supporting. This is actually his second time sending us music, but he's been supporting the show. And then I saw some dude to hate on him, and I gave it a free pass. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to involve myself. But I will tell you this. If all you can do is hate on an up and coming artist for their grind and their hustle, this is what you need to do.
Go kill yourself.
No, I'm not gonna talk about that.
Oh,
it's a 3-step process.
My bad.
The first step is they need to go get a blindfold. The second step is they need to go find a house.
Oh yeah, that's my.
And the third step is they need to go play in trash.
I left my wallet in the middle of 495. Go get it for me, please.
Like, I don't understand. If you're an artist, even if you don't like the artist, just move on. If you have that much energy that you have to put into hating what he does and all that other stuff, you'll never be successful. Because you have no idea what it takes to be successful. Success, focus on success, not hate.
Give me my Pimp C phase, dog.
And that's why a lot of y'all niggas ain't successful, because y'all focus on the hate rather than being successful.
put that same energy into making yourself better that you are hating on somebody else, maybe your shit would be better.
It would be if you took time. So he put a positive post up, and then I don't even know the motherfucker's name because you're so unimportant.
You're not even gonna name him because that's what he wants.
Well, I mean, if I would know, I wouldn't name him because I wanted to tell him like, nigga, you are so unimportant. You are beneath. You know how they say you are the wind beneath my wings. You are the scum beneath my feet.
You are the sweat beneath my balls.
Yeah, that too. You are so unimportant. So when you try to take an artist out of their zone because they're doing something good, they're doing something you ain't doing, like, honestly, stop hating and just shut the fuck up. Get on your grind. Get on your. Another artist doing something that you ain't doing should inspire you to hustle hard. Am I lying, Warfare James? It should make you want to do better.
It should. But when you don't have the talent, all you know how to do is hate.
Stop right there. When you don't have the talent, this says we're gonna end it on that one. So we're just gonna play this song. Because the only reason I can assume that you're hating is because you ain't got the talent. Stop right there. When you don't have the talent, this says we're gonna end it on that one. So we're just gonna play a song. Because the only reason I can assume that you're hating is because you ain't got the talent. This joint is called Chicago.
This joint hot too.
I was born in Chicago.
Uh-oh.
No, that was me.
It's the remix.
No, I haven't.
I was born in Chicago, the windy city, only home that I know. So much pain, so much pain, you must be. We've been suffering. Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, when I played all that with the joint, that's right, yeah.
Tired of the fighting, tired of the fighting. Where is I mean, hallelujah, let's raise your hand. Fight for you, fight for you, Chicago. I'll do right by you, do right by you.